It is the end of an era. 20 seasons, 10 years of simulated football culminates in this, a single game, a championship game. On one side, the Arizona Scorpions, a franchise that has been here from the inception of this league. An owner, in Eddie Gage, who has been here for almost just as long. Both still hunting for their first ring. They have unfinished business. Standing in their way, the indomitable dynasty, the team that stole last season's championship right from the Scorpions' clutches, the franchise that is looking for their fourth straight title and fifth in 6 seasons. The Baltimore Vultures are circling again. Who takes the rematch? Who gets the last laugh? And who will crown themselves SFL champions? Good evening, folks. I'm Tyler Falk. Welcome to the Zolnir 20th Simulation Football League Championship pregame show. I am delighted to be joined by 2 familiar faces here in studio. Let's start with the one that's been here all season long, Impact Monday co-host Paul Sarp. Paul, good evening to you.
Tyler, excited to be here with you guys. It's the SFL Championship, about to cap off season 20 in a rematch. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait for the game to start and excited to go over some things here with you here and Mike tonight.
Absolutely, and we welcome back with open arms, finally, after a season hiatus. He is back for the championship game. Mr. MSG, Mike St. Green, joins the show. Mike, welcome back, my friend. How are we doing tonight?
Well, Tyler, it's an honor to be here. You know, this is my, I think, 5th or 6th time with, the honor of being able to be in studio for the championship game. Hopefully one day I'll be on the other side of the screen and on the field for one of these things. But, man, it's great to be here and great to close out the season here with you guys and culminated with the rematch of this championship game from last season. And, like I said, put a bow on this APF era of the SFL.
Thank you, Mike. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at how we got here for these season 20 playoffs, shall we? Let's start back in the wild card round. It was a massive upset in Minnesota. Alamo City completely took control of a game on the road. They come away with a insane upset 20-3 as they would move on through that wild card round. And we go to Carolina next. They have finally broken the curse. 9 seasons of playoff utility, and even longer if you count them trying to get their first ever playoff win. They got it with a nice win in wildcard weekend, and that just leaves Indianapolis and Vancouver, the 2 other standouts. Kanye Rockefeller having a decent game. I think I also had a cookout return in the wildcard weekend as well. But that is how the playoffs was started. But then the wheels start turning for the quarterfinal. Alamo City was taken care of by the number 1 seed versus 12 seed. Atlanta did exactly what they have always been doing this far as the season had gone up to that point. They take over with a 24-23 victory. And Vancouver, unfortunately, it's 1-1 again here in the playoffs. They unfortunately fall to Fort Worth in Fort Worth. And then all of a sudden we get to our topics of conversation. Baltimore and Arizona. Both of them take care of business at home and move on to their respective semifinal games. Baltimore and Arizona. Baltimore would take, after defeating London, they would go on and take, in the semifinals, they would go and take on the Atlanta Swarm in that semifinal. Unfortunately for the Swarm, being the number 1 seed, Baltimore has a very impeccable away record, and it showed how easily they were able to stop BDG Hollywood and really contain the potent passing game by Bryant Dynasty. However, it all comes down to Arizona and Fort Worth, and unfortunately, that defense was just a little bit too strong for the 2 tailbacks in Fort Worth, as that hampered any offensive progress until later on in that game. Arizona comes away with that victory, and now it all comes down to this. A rematch from last season's championship game. Only the 2nd time in SFL history that this has happened. Back-to-back championships with the same matchups. However, Mike St. Green, this time the venues have flipped. For the first time since season 15, Baltimore has to play a championship game on the road. How is that going to affect their preparation here in Phoenix?
I really don't think it's going to affect their preparation, all that much. And in actuality, this is actually the second rematch since the championship game last season. These two teams did meet earlier in Baltimore. Baltimore dominated that game. Jack Whitmore had a huge game, 92% completion percentage in that game, 3 touchdown passes. So these teams have met earlier this season, but as you mentioned, this time Arizona's at home. I think Baltimore's going to approach it the same way. We'll see how Arizona comes out and see if they can adjust from that earlier loss this season.
And Paul, let's branch out for these two respective teams throughout this entire season. You have been with Cam on Impact Monday and this week in the SFL all season long. You had a chance to really deep dive into each and every matchup every single week. Let's hear your thoughts on season 20 from both of these team perspectives.
Oh, as far as being on the front lines every week with Cam, it's been an awesome experience to be able to see everything happening week by week, seeing what teams need to win to get in, seeing what teams are losing games and falling out of the race, and then just to be here every single Monday night on the pregame shows and just dive headfirst fully into the SFL. It's just been an awesome experience all around, and I have absolutely no complaints about anything this season, and it's just been exciting. And we got one more game to top it all off, and who knows who's going to come out tonight with a championship ring on their finger.
And usually on Impact Mondays, we have a certain segment called PGI, or post-game interviews with Ashley Jackson. I should say, forgive me, Ashley Jackson, future Hall of Famer and Hall of Fame inductee come convention time here in July. She had a chance to sit down with the two owners, Thomas Paternini and Eddie Gage, here for another interview. Let's go to Ashley.
Welcome back to PGI, where we are joined tonight with two esteemed coaches of our league as well as owners. I have here with me Mr. Thomas Paternini. He is one of the coaches and one of the owners of the Baltimore Vultures. And then I also have Mr. Eddie Gage. He is the head coach and co-owner of the Arizona Scorpions. Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great.
Doing well. How you doing, Doctor?
Doing well.
Doctor. Oh, let me change that.
Doctor.
Dr. Thomas Paternini. So thank you for joining me, guys, for this pregame interview. Normally it's postgame, but this is going to be pregame. Exciting times for both teams. I think both teams definitely deserve to be in this spot. But tell me, gentlemen, why do you think your team deserves to be here and no one else at this moment, at this time? And I'll start with you first, Doctor.
I think plain and simple, we deserve to be here because we've won the games to get here. That's the great thing about sports. It's not like a moral thing. I know a lot of people, especially in American sports, really favor parity. But if you look at sports is dynasty driven. You look at every major sport, and pretty much all of them are dominated by dynasties. When you put in the work, and if you come out on top, that's the beautiful thing about sports. The game doesn't care who you are or where you come from. All it cares about is how you play on the field. And if you win the games, you get to go to the championships and you get the titles.
Okay. And Eddie?
I have a similar answer, but unlike Baltimore, I don't have the luxury of having 4 championships, and he has 6 altogether. But I think we deserve to be here based off of our recent success, like he kind of alluded to a moment ago. We finished the season 9-3, got to the playoffs, handled our business. Although, first of all, shout out to Fort Worth. It was kind of unfortunate. No one wants to see injuries, especially in the playoffs. And when that would happen, because you want to compete against the best while they're at their best. But be that as it may, we won the game, came out on top. And we're back here trying to finish some unfinished business, so to speak. So we're here because we deserve to be here.
Okay. Last question for both of you gentlemen before we hit the field. How important is this win for you? This particular win, we're ending an era of 2K8 football. This is season 20, the final chapter. How important is it for you to win this game? Doctor?
I think every game is important for us to win. You play to win the game. I think when you get into winning championships, there's something special about the first one. You kind of get over the hump, get the monkey off your back, so to speak. But after that, TJ and I are in the game because we like competing and we like winning. I think every season is its own entity. Every team is its own entity. We have players on our team that we've never had on our team before this season, and we have some other players that we've had on for many seasons. But, going all the way back, we've been planning and trying to win this championship for the last 6 months. Through our off-season testing, every week, putting in hours, game planning for every game. We invest a lot in the game. We love the league, and every game means a lot to us. We don't take any losses lightly, but certainly come playoff time, that's the time to really kick it into high gear and win. And every time you have a chance to win a championship, you owe it to the people on your team to do the very best that you can to bring that home to them. That's a commitment that we make to our players, that we're going to work as hard as we possibly can and put in the best game plan that we can possibly put in. And we are absolutely committed to that. We're burning the midnight oil. We're doing everything we have to win because it's a championship. This is what we've done the whole season for. This game coming up on Friday. So it means a lot to us.
Indeed. Eddie?
He kind of alluded to my answer. It's not just something I want for myself, but I want it for everyone else, the 22 other players in the locker room. I want it for them. They stuck around with us for the most part. We had pretty high retention since I've been here. All credit to myself, you, and everyone else in the front office, and the kind of culture we built over here in Arizona. And I owe it to those guys. I tell them all the time, everyone wants to win, but no one wants to win more than me. They may want to win as much as me, but there's no one in this league who wants to win more than me. And I mean that. And I've been so close a couple of times, the tough one versus Denver when we lost with the kickoff return by Riley Quintero and DJ Moses fumbling, to getting there last season and losing in overtime. And now we have another shot, and I want to win it for those guys and you in our locker room so bad, man. It's just like I'm so close, and I can almost taste it, man. I dream about it. I daydream about it so many times. And now that moment is here, and I don't want to waste this opportunity because I want it for y'all, man. And losing sucks, bro. And when we lost in that championship last season, like I told Dave, I cried for 2 days. And I just felt like I let everybody on the team down, man. And it sucks, bro. And I'm trying to think about it right now. But, I just want to win for y'all. Everybody on the squad who've been here through the thick and thin, especially the day ones, and guys who came here later and could have left, and stuck by our side. I want to win it for them. I have dreams that I'm reaching out to TJ after the game and asking him, hey, man, where can I get that ring from? Because I want to get one in time for the convention. But standing in our way is that man writing, on the screen. And
Well, in any case, I do truly believe both teams deserve to be here, and it is going to be the battle of the best game plan at the end of the day. So, may the best game plan win, and let's go out here and give them a great show, gentlemen.
For sure.
Thanks, Ashley.
Very welcome. Back to you in the booth.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Eddie. And thank you, Dr. Thomas Paternetti. When we come back, we're going to break down one last time, this championship game with me, with Mike, and with Paul. We'll see you here in a few seconds. This is the Zollner SFL Championship pregame show. We'll see you in a few seconds. Welcome back to the Zollner SFL Championship pregame show right here on Next Level Sports. Mike and Paul alongside me, Tyler Falk, here in the studio getting you set for the championship game between Baltimore and Arizona. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, this is the end of an era. 20 seasons, 10 years for the Simulation Football League, and it's been a blast. Not all of us have been here for all 20 seasons, but in the amount of time that we've had a chance to look back on 20 seasons. Let's do that one more time, shall we, Mike and Paul? Paul, let's start with you. You're one of the newest members of the SFL, and I've only been here for a few seasons, but with how much time you spent with Cam, how much time you've spent already, you have a good understanding of what this league means to so many people and what the league has been here in life for all of us.
Yeah, like you said, Tyler, I've only been here for 4 seasons now, and that's such a small amount of time compared to some of the veterans in the league who have been here since day one. And 10 years of SFL action is a truly remarkable thing for not just Cam, who's putting on all the shows, it's for everyone here that puts the time in, puts the effort in every week, every season to go off on the field and leave the stadium with a victory in the win column. It's just truly incredible and truly remarkable to see how much involvement all around within the community that there is. As I said, this is my 4th season here. This is the most in-depth that I have been in the league, and I can't wait to just dive in even further and hopefully one day here in the future be playing myself with my team in this SFL championship game.
Mike, the SFL preaches it. We footstop it so much. It's the people behind the players. So many names, faces, and stories we have gotten to know over these 10 years. Take us through a few of your favorites.
Yeah, I've been here, for 7 seasons since what season was that? 14, I believe. And as you talk about the people, that's the most enjoyable part of the league for me. I mean, Eddie Gage has been here in my home. Damon Simeon has been here, in my home. Johnny Pickler, Chad Rowland, doing the convention. These guys stayed here, overnight here. So, the people that I have had the opportunity to meet and get to know around this league, that's just been a bonus. to my life in general, just to get to know some of these guys, spending as much time as I had with Cam, through the years and through the past couple of seasons. It's just been fantastic, man. He and I have, developed a very great relationship, at least from my perspective. He may not like me all that much, but we've developed a good friendship, man, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. And as far as this era of the SFL, there's going to be some things that I'm going to miss, and I'm pretty sure other guys are going to miss. I like the quirkiness of the stadiums and things that we play in under this banner. But I'm looking forward to the future as well, and looking forward to many more years and many more seasons, and getting to meet many more people that's out there in the community that I haven't had an opportunity to meet, say hi, shake your hand, and whatever the case may be. I'm looking forward to it in many other seasons ahead to come.
So many names, people: Evan Lacey, Matt Wilson, just a few names that come to my mind, Mike and Paul. But another name that comes to mind is another Mike O'Neill, and his preview here for the championship game.
Thank you, Cam. Appreciate you guys back in the booth. What is going on, everybody? Micah O'Neill here. Welcome to Around the SFL matchup preview for the Season 20 championship game. It is finally here, but first, we're going to give credit where it's due. Thank you to everybody at SFL HQ. Thank you to everybody that works behind the scenes on Season 20 game days. Thank you guys for providing an excellent season to cap off this era. I know SFL community appreciates you, and I certainly appreciate you. It's been an honor working alongside all of you guys this season. But let's talk about what we're all here for. Season 20 championship is here. Baltimore, Arizona, two elite status teams, very similar across the board in how they like to play. We're going to break down both of these teams, see what they like to do, and I'm going to give you guys my keys to victory for the championship. We're going to break this down quickly. First play we're going to look at here is Baltimore's defense. I want you guys to keep an eye on the linebacker right here. What they like to do, they're overloading the interior offensive line so that the interior defensive line can get through and confuse the offensive line getting that sack. That's something Arizona's going to have to look out for. Here on offense, let's take a look at these two guys right here. Wide receiver and tight end. Anytime that you can get these guys blocking 8 to 9 yards downfield to create a lane like that for a running back, that is going to be money. And you add Warren Murray to the mix there, and that's just potentially dangerous. These are two things that Arizona is going to have to look out for in this matchup tonight with Baltimore, is the blocking on the outside from the receivers and the interior defensive line getting through to get to AJ. All right, we're going to switch over to Arizona here, right? Just like we did with Baltimore, we're going to break down one offensive and one defensive play. So first, let's start by looking at this lane. The offensive line opens up for DJ Moses. Now, the next thing he's got to do is make people miss at the next level. What does he do? Look at these two guys right here. Watch what they can't do. They cannot take down DJ Moses. He goes on, gets to the third level and beyond, has another missed tackle downfield. Anytime your running back's playing like that, it's going to be elite. So both running games going to be stout tonight. We're going to switch over to defense here for Arizona. I want you guys to keep an eye on the safety right here, okay? It's a cover 2 shell look pre-snap. The quarterback's thinking a slant could be very easy, but they roll into a single high safety, and the safety is there to pick that ball off, and that is an easy interception if I do say so myself. Baltimore is going to have their hands full with this defensive package here from Arizona. And look, Baltimore's been there and done that, so we know that they are proven. But Arizona has shown just as well to be able to be there. And now they did have the matchup earlier this season, and I think Arizona is looking for revenge, not just for that, but for last season's championship. We've got a good one ahead of us. Good luck to both teams. We're going to send it back to Cam in the booth, and thank you guys for an incredible Season 20.
Thank you, Mike O'Neill. All right, Mike St. Green and Paul Sarp. It is time, gentlemen. It's time to make our official predictions for the 20th SFL Championship game. Paul, you've been here the longest this season. Let's start with you.
All right, so I think it's going to be an extremely close game. I know Baltimore blew Arizona out earlier in the season, but my official prediction of what we're about to witness, I'm going to go Baltimore 28, Arizona 30. Arizona's gonna bring home the championship trophy, and that's just my opinion.
All right, Mike, does history repeat itself, or the Scorpions come away with the, well, not on paper it's an upset, but in a lot of people's minds it's an upset?
Well, Jack's data, they have Baltimore as a 2.5-point favorite going into this game on the road. Baltimore is a great road team, 63%, winning percentage on the road. I think one big key in this game for Arizona to come, be on top, like Paul said, is going to be for DJ Moses. We're going to have to see a lot of what we just saw Mike O'Neal point out in this game. 150 yards plus, I think he's going to need. That's going to be a key for Arizona to win this game. But with all that being said, I think we're going to see history and a 5-time champion in the making. I think Baltimore is going to win this game, cover the 2.5 points, 31-28.
Well, folks, there's only one way to find out, and that is on the field. We go to Phoenix, Arizona, and Fatality Field. Cameron Irvine and Chris Curtis have the call for the Zolnir SFL Championship game right here on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back with the championship.
We see this look from time to time from the Knights. Third down, St. Clair deep drop back. He's going deep down the field. The pass is caught. Wide open 40, 30. It's Buck Studwell. 15, 10, 5 touchdown. New York. They're going to hand it off to H. Shaw. He got the first down. A championship is coming to New York.
23 seconds, 22 seconds. What are they going to do here? 4 yards from the end zone. Dunhill going to throw again. Dunhill out to Hollywood. BDG Hollywood touchdown! Oh my, the Atlanta Swarm. How about it? Your champions, Georgia. 27-10 over Sioux Falls. Your Atlanta Swarm are title winners.
To the right, that's Carr. 2 down from the end. Hand off, Sandlin. Boy, he almost got hit the backfield, and Sandlin breaks it through for a touchdown for Seattle. What a run from Sandlin. He was dead to rights in the backfield and made something out of nothing.
Going to go 5 wide for Wigmore. Wigmore steps up, hit as he threw. Pass is intercepted at the 50 with room to return. It's Albert Begin again. 35-30. Albert Begin. 20, 10. Touchdown, Lone Star. Ivory Irvin not fast enough this time. And the Glory right back in it.
Second and 10 from the 38. Marconi back to pass against another blitz. Marconi's going to avoid a sack. Throw a ball deep down the field. The pass is caught. What a throw! What a throw! Touchdown! Minneapolis to Almiron Sabu. Oh my goodness! A slow motion replay here. You've got to be kidding me. SFL is going to bring out the trophy, and Minneapolis is going to get to celebrate for the fans that came down. Receivers, 3 to the right side. Tallahassee needs a stop. They haven't gotten one here in the third. And Cochran's go to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. And Alaska has 9 points here in the third quarter. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Alaska Storm. They are your Season 11 SFL champions.
How about EJ DeCue, Patrick Kelly, and Sean Crooked on that line? Great protection for Jackson. Now Moses is running over people, as are the rest of the Scorpions, and they fight him for a touchdown.
This Matt Wilson's pass is caught for a touchdown. What a throw to Dijon Swan. The Mexico City Aztecs, headlined by team owner Ramos Lynn, gets their first SFL championship, a 38-24 victory over Chicago.
Tonight, Wigmore now 10 of 13, 76 yards, 14th pass of the day. Wigmore fires it outside, it's intercepted! John Barnhart, touchdown! Sioux Falls, he does it again for the Sparrows in the postseason!
Showing a blitz on the outside, it's Queen City. Everyone stays home. Darnell Black runs past everybody, picks up a block. Darnell Black in the open field. 40, 35, 30. Being chased by Shine. He won't catch him. And the Hyenas have cut it to 7.
Mama, there goes that man.
Stats all-star crew for a terrific start so far. Third down and 9 to start the second quarter. Ivory Irvin's over the top, and it's a touchdown for Baltimore.
Jark Tarkington has a chance to win it.
Oh my goodness. For all of that, and Tarkington gives Baltimore their 3rd straight title. Oh my goodness.
Well, McChesney gonna get a carry. Oh, there goes McChesney. One man to beat, he breaks it. Jaron McChesney down the sideline. Francis trying to catch him. Not today, young fella. Touchdown Denver, they're right back in it. Down to 15 seconds left. Sully back to pass. He's going to Corky. It is caught. And he breaks it down. Touchdown, DC. Greg Corky is
They got to pull out something miraculous here.
DC can't let him get behind him. They got to keep everything in front of him here. This is the ball game. Daniel Garcia back to pass. He's going to throw it deep to the middle. The pass is caught, and the tackle is made. And the DC Dragons have won the championship by a miracle on Zach Sully's throw to Greg Corky. And I let the fellas give me a breath.
Good evening, and welcome to the 20th edition of the SFL Championship Game. Live from Phoenix, Arizona, where tonight the Scorpions will try to finish off the league's unquestioned most dominant dynasty of the last 10 years and end their franchise's drought of title game wins. It's time to sim one last time in this era of SFL football. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cameron Irvine alongside Chris Curtis in the booth, Ron Haynes and Zach Holdorf on stats, assisted by Mark Lopez. Curtis, it's the showdown of all showdowns, and we're here to witness it together.
We are. We're in the desert, and we have the Scorpions trying to exorcise the demons that were created in last season's championship game off what looked like an Arizona win. Then Baltimore stole it away. We're ready to go for Arizona trying to redeem themselves and Baltimore trying to cement their legacy in the APF era.
It should be a terrific matchup of, I can't even call it David and Goliath anymore because
No.
Arizona has proven that they are going to be a staple in this game for years to come.
Yeah, exactly. Their work ethic, their just rhythm that they have from game day to prep to results that they've shown season after season. Love to see what they do on a week-to-week basis and how efficient they are just in their existence in this league.
Jack Wigmore calls the coin toss. Calls tails. It is tails. Baltimore will get the ball to start this football game. Crosswind tonight, 6 miles an hour as we get set to go. As Tyler Falk and the pregame crew mentioned, 2.5-point favorites are the Baltimore Vultures on the road. Why wouldn't they be? The 3-time defending champions, 4 championships in the last 5 seasons. Both teams are 11-3. Cliff Allen's got the ball on the tee and the hand in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, season 20's championship kick it is underway. Ivory Irvin back to return from the 1-yard line. Irvin past the 20 to the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's where Jack Wigmore comes out. $49.99 super chat and pregame from Skippy, and a $5 super chat here just recently from DJ Myth. We'll get to both of those here in a moment, but Jack Wigmore coming out. very efficient, very electric.
Yeah, as he is every single time he touches the football. And Baltimore has a rhythm. They have a game plan. And more importantly, they stick to that game plan week in and week out.
First down and 10 to the 26-yard line. They'll start split backs here as Jack Wigmore looks to the bottom of the screen to Mac Chima, and Chima is laid out by Parker Thomas. An 8-yard pickup will set up a second down and 2. Skippy's Super Chat Championship game, boys. Let's go. Good luck, both teams. And a $5 Super Chat here from DJ the Myth. Arizona versus Baltimore again. I hope this matchup does not turn into a Cavs and Warriors situation. Also, good luck to both teams. Good start for Baltimore.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see where Wigmore goes and if he continues with this short passing game or if he wants to threaten deep.
Wigmore's got 2 to the left. He'll hand it off to Warren Murray. Weak side, and Murray's going to have a first down. Picked up to the 41-yard line. Eddie Gage on the tackle. First down, Baltimore.
And talk about a guy who's coming out and trying to win this title, and it's Eddie Gage. He comes through with the tackle there, and he'll be across the field, all over the field, all night long.
Baltimore's offense, Jack Wigmore, Warren Murray, T-Roy Gaines, Ivory Irvin, David Anderson, Daley Holder, Mac Chima, and Caesar Ackerman. You know all these names all too well, as we've seen them all throughout these playoffs. We've seen plenty of Ivory Irvin. He picks up 4 on the play.
Yeah, this is going to be seemingly Jack Wigmore's strategy is to go short, maybe lull the safeties down into the box area, and then maybe burn them over the top. But I don't see Baltimore, just like last season, going over the top, trying to threaten against these deep safeties very often.
Chima and Irvin all have a reception early. Warren Murray is in the backfield. He'll take a loss this time after previously getting a first down. That will set up a 3rd down and 10. The Arizona Scorpion defense was ready for that one. D.D. Sachs off the line with the TFL.
Yeah, good work by the Arizona defensive line. That's where the difference may be made in this game. Both teams very good at protecting their quarterback. Arizona strikes first against the Vultures here.
Shotgun Jack Wigmore. Wigmore with 4 wide. They go slants over the middle. It is caught for a first down. David Anderson, one of the newcomers on this Baltimore team, making it happen. The 19th overall pick in the draft, which seems like forever ago, Curtis, but able to make a huge play there.
Yeah, over the middle is typically not a safe bet when you have linebackers as good as Arizona's is. In this case, it works out. Slants gets them the yardage, and they move the chains.
TJ Harper with the 199 Super Chat. Greatness incoming. Be ready. See you soon. We'll see you then. 8:35 to go in the first. First and 10 to the Arizona 48. Handoff Warren Murray. Tried to cut it back inside, but the lane was closed by Sean Moore. Already his second tackle up front. D.D. Sachs, Alex Constantine, Hunter Norwood, 2023 Hall of Fame inductee, and David Tilley. Linebackers Sean Moore, J.R. Lawless, Nathaniel Diggs. Corners Skinny Washington, Parker Thomas, Everett Garrison. Safeties Iverson Gamble, and of course Eddie Gage. Loss of 1. That's the second TFL for Arizona on this drive. Second down and 11 at the 49. They'll flip it outside. That is Mac Chima. Chima's got a first down to the Arizona 36. Baltimore really mixing things up on this opening drive, trying to keep Arizona on their toes.
They're working over the middle. They're working the out routes. They're working the runs to the outside, trying to get Warren Murray into space in some cases, expecting to see more passes to that outside, whether it be to receivers running out routes or maybe some screens coming up from Warren Murray here.
First and 10 at the 36, 7:45 to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers, 2 to the right of Wigmore, and a 4 defensive line front for Arizona. Wigmore going to go sidearm over the middle. That's Caesar Ackerman's first catch. Will set up a 2nd and 4 in scoring position at the Arizona 29-yard line.
Ackerman has been nothing short of spectacular the entirety of these playoffs as well. He's had an impact in every single game that Baltimore's been on the field in these playoffs. He finds another catch there to make this next down a lot easier.
2nd and 4 at the Arizona 29-yard line. Murray's out of the backfield, and they will flip it to him. Wigmore nearly sacked almost immediately. Murray with a spin move. He's got a first down at the Arizona 20-yard line. That's J.R. Lawless on the tackle as Baltimore's drive continues to move. I've seen them call about 6 or 7 defensive plays on this opening series.
Yeah, they've been trying to give Baltimore some different looks, but it just hasn't quite worked out the way that they may want. Also, take a look at Jack Wigmore here. I've seen 3 or 4 passes that haven't quite been in the places that he's wanted to have them. Maybe a little bit, I know he's been here before, maybe a little bit of jitters from Wigmore.
Both these teams top 3 in sacks. That's probably weighing on the mind of both quarterbacks tonight. First and 10 at the Arizona 20. 6:40 to go in the first. Wigmore goes over the middle to Holder. They took away that flat pattern.
Yep.
Left Holder wide open. So now
Holder, Chima, Anderson, Ackerman, Irvin, Murray all have a catch on the opening drive in the first 5 minutes, first and goal.
6 different targets, 6 different receivers
Incredible.
in this first drive, and that's the electricity of Wigmore and his recognition of the defense in front of him.
I haven't seen that all season.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable what Wigmore's done on this opening drive. 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Wigmore back to pass. He'll dump it off to Murray. Murray's got a little bit of space, but picked up and thrown down. That's Parker Thomas. Started his career in the slot, one of the better tackling corners that this league has, and he picked up Murray and put him down.
He was able to get around his block, too. Mike O'Neill mentioned the blockers downfield, and that really which rings true for both teams. But the blockers downfield couldn't keep Thomas out of the area there to make the tackle and stop him from getting a lot there.
Baltimore's drive has now taken half the quarter. The Vultures on an 11-play 65-yard drive up to this point. Second and goal at the 6. Wigmore going to fire it out to Murray one more time. Murray he did get a block, but Lawless with the speed gets to the sideline to cut him down. Third and goal at the 4 as Arizona tries to hold just 3.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be after the efficiency of this drive and after the way this drive has gone, that would be a victory for Arizona to hold them to 3. And they've got a couple opportunities to try to make that happen.
Irvin at the bottom of the screen. Third and goal at the 4. They're going to hand it off, and it's T-Roy for the touchdown. How about Baltimore mixing it up right at the goal line? They give T-Roy Gaines his first touch. Every single person touched the football. Skill player for this Baltimore offense. That was about as picture perfect of a drive as you could possibly get.
That's exactly what Baltimore wanted. We got the Baltimore Vultures variety pack there. I'm not sure exactly what flavor you're going to get next by pulling it out of the bag, but T-Roy is able to cap it off with a fantastic run up the middle. That's what he does, ladies and gentlemen. He's been a long stalwart in this league. That's why he's a Hall of Fame inductee.
Wigmore 9 for 9 on the drive for 69 yards. 4 runs, got just 5 yards. So if Arizona's looking for a positive, it's that they really found something in their run defense. But Jack Wigmore was dynamic. He led the league in completion percentage coming in to this game, 77% in the regular season. And we'll get to see if Arizona can capitalize and answer.
Yeah, they'll need to. I don't know if they need to try to necessarily match what Baltimore just did, but at least getting points and at least making sure that they are able to answer back in some capacity would be the goal. But the Baltimore, they have been efficient all season long, and they show it here.
T-Roy Gaines with that run in. Ryan Owens catches that one on the run from the 2-yard line. Nicely done, but put down at the 23-yard line. So here comes Ashley Jackson. She's not used to getting sacked going up against this very difficult Baltimore defensive front. Arizona's defensive front neutralized on that opening drive. Interested to see what Baltimore attacks him with.
Yeah, Ashley Jackson been sacked all of 9 times all season long, which leads the league. They've protected her very well, and when she's upright and can make throws downfield, she can be as dynamic as anybody in this league and has been this season.
After that 6-minute drive, Arizona really needs to string something together, give that defense a rest. Jackson gets popped, but not before she delivers a strike to Connor Weston for a 7-yard pickup to the 30. The Arizona offense, Ashley Jackson, DJ Moses the second, Justin Williams, Ryan Owens, Connor Weston, TJ Punk, Will Todd, EJ DeQ, Patrick Kelly, and Sean Crooked, the latter 2 up front. As you get another look at Weston getting shoved out by Elijah Warfield.
Yeah, Elijah Warfield over on Weston that time. I think that was a matter of a zone defense where Weston ended up on Warfield in that matchup. Weston normally going to be on Punk on Punk in that spot, being the number 1.
Second and 3 at the 30. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Baltimore 7, Arizona nothing. A battle between 2 11-3 teams from the regular season. The handoff goes to DJ Moses running left, and he is quickly tackled. Frank Smith makes a statement early. We're not going to let you juke us out of your shoes, as O'Neill showed us in film study in pregame.
Yeah, absolutely. Frank Smith is that linebacker that's going to come on most of those linebacker rushes. He's going to try to get to DJ Moses before he gets to the outside and gets into open space. He does so here. Watch for Frank to be dynamic today.
3rd and 3. Jackson's out of the shotgun here. Jackson with the play fake, and Jackson goes to the sideline. That pass is caught. First down to Ryan Owens to the 37-yard line. Always risky going play action against this Baltimore front that loves to blitz, but pays off on the first play for Arizona.
It does. I don't expect them to be steady with that particular strategy, but it does work on this particular play. Also, Ashley Jackson, credit to her. She got the ball out of her hands super quick. It was probably a 1, 2, 3 since the snap to be able to get that ball out.
So Jackson this time will go under center, 2 in the backfield, and TJ Punk at the bottom of the screen. 4-3 look for Baltimore's defense. And they'll hand it off to Moses running left. DJ Moses picks up a couple of blocks and could not get away from Giovanni Bolt, but does get the first down to the Arizona 47. I don't know about your MVP vote, Chris Curtis, but DJ Moses gets my vote.
Well, yeah, he's been awesome all season long. And you talk about MVPs. Every single Baltimore Vultures championship win has held a different player of the game in each of those wins. So that's who's going to step up today to make the play. Talking about Bolt.
1st and 10 at the Arizona 47-yard line. Jackson decides not to go after Moses. Instead, flips it over near side for a 5-yard pickup to TJ Punk. Elijah Warfield with that tackle. Back to your point, Curtis, we've seen Jack Wigmore, Warren Murray, Mac Chima, and Giovanni Bolt all win championship game MVPs. It's been incredible. They're the only team that's ever won multiple titles with multiple different championship MVPs.
Yeah, that tells you exactly how many different players on the Baltimore roster have done crazy things in postseason lore for the Baltimore Vultures.
Moses takes the handoff, picks up nothing. That is, he's wrapped up by Al Walker. I should have said they're the only team that's won multiple titles that has not had someone win it more than once. As of course, Florida's also won 3 titles. Queen City's won 4. This isn't the first dynasty, but they sure do seem the most dominant. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, you wonder how those matchups would look putting paper to paper.
3rd down 4 for Jackson. Converted the first 3rd down of the drive. Converts this one. That pass is caught by Ryan Owens to the 37-yard line. Owens is sharp early in the quick passing game of Arizona. It's another first down for the Scorpions.
Both teams actually looking for a quick passing game at the moment, and Baltimore this season lets up 51% of 3rd down opportunities and conversions from the opposing offense. That's good for 16th in the league. Arizona perfect on their 3rd down so far this drive.
Shotgun, Jackson hit as she threw. It's incomplete. Looking for TJ Punk, and that'll bring up a 2nd down.
And that's exactly what Mike O'Neill was talking about. They overload the offensive line. The shotgun play-action play nearly blew up in Ashley Jackson's face. Put a pretty accurate ball out there over the middle. I think that was Weston that was looking for that completion. The biggest thing, though, is the pressure made her put it just a little bit off kilter. Completion couldn't be made.
$4.99 Super Chat DJ. Happy to get to finish this season with you on the mic, Cam. Thank you, DJ. Go Arizona. Handoff to DJ Moses. Gets around the side. And Giovanni Bolt with just a shoulder. Ridiculous move there. It'll set up another 3rd and short, though. That's their 3rd of the drive.
Yeah, Giovanni Bolt's been super disciplined on the DJ Moses moves. He's tried to juke past him, he's tried to spin past him, but neither one has worked. Bolt standing his ground, watching where the player's going, not the ball, and puts him down for a shorter gain than probably would have been otherwise.
3rd and 4 at the 30. 1:30 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. Ashley Jackson fires over the middle. That pass is caught. Frank Smith almost grabbed it, but it's hauled in instead by Vin Diesel, their 2nd tight end of the Baltimore 21. They sneak him down the middle of the field for 1st down.
Yeah, Diesel with a nice catch and realizing that the hit's coming, because Frank Smith doesn't let passes come or get caught in front of him without some kind of payment or some kind of toll taken, and it takes a toll there as they do get the 1st down, however.
11th play of the drive for Arizona. Both teams immaculate in the first quarter as Jackson fires the ball out to Moses past the 15 to the 14-yard line, a 6-yard gain. Alvin Mack with the tackle. Let's quickly run through that defense. Up front, Joe Duncan, Al Walker, Nate Brown, Sirron Yates the 4th. Linebackers, Frank Smith, Keenan Samuels, Alvin Mack. Corners, Enzo Bolt, Marvin Himes. You'll see them inside. Ben Stack and Paper, Elijah Warfield. You'll see them outside. Safeties, Giovanni Bolt and Troy Loshaw. Both, or plenty of this Baltimore defense has been here before. 2nd and 4 at the Baltimore 14-yard line. 25 seconds to go in a fast-moving first quarter. DJ Moses with a shake in between the hash marks all the way down to the 6, and then a shimmy on top of it. 1st and goal, Arizona.
typically you're not going to see DJ Moses work between the tackles with success just because of his body frame. He's not as big as some of those big linebackers, big defensive linemen that are going to come in and grab him. His strengths are to the outside in open space and taking advantage of blocking downfield. Here, really good hole opened by the offensive line, able to get through that very stout defensive line of Baltimore and able to get into first and goal territory.
Can you believe it, Curtis? That's the end of the first quarter. Arizona's still on their opening drive. Wow. Baltimore 7, Arizona nothing. You're watching the 20th Zolnir Championship game presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. We are in the red zone. We'll get to all of our superlatives in a moment. Ashley Jackson's got a touchdown to start the second. That's TJ Punk. What a couple of opening drives in this championship matchup.
We talked about how Arizona didn't need to match what Baltimore did on their first drive. That's exactly what they came out and did. A double-digit drive for them as well, taking up majority of the first quarter and into the second quarter to get it done. This looks like a tit-for-tat seesaw game that we expected from these two teams.
But I don't think, Curtis, we expected two drives.
No.
Both 13 plays. Baltimore was 13 plays, 74 yards. Arizona was 13 plays, 75 yards. Both took over 5 minutes off the clock. And here we are in the second quarter with a 7-7 ball game. In all my years, I've never seen that, Curtis. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, exactly. And you talk about both teams being as efficient as possible. Both teams perfect on third down. 2 for 2 from Baltimore on their first drive. 3 for 3 for Arizona on their first drive. And Arizona has given up only 46% of those opportunities to the opposing team on third down. So now Baltimore gets to come back out and maybe make a further statement. And now we see what kind of offense they're bringing out. Maybe Arizona's going to be able to make an adjustment.
So Irvin back to return the kick. It's always a difficult task containing him. Baltimore's got a habit of playing great on special teams in championships games. Giovanni Bolt with a punt return against Sioux Falls was huge. Ivory Irvin had a kick return. His first kick return touchdown came in a big playoff game as well. They are just sensational in all three phases. Arizona has to match that tonight.
Yeah, they have to match it, or at least be responsible in their gaps and in their assignments to make sure they don't overcome themselves.
First and 10 to the Baltimore 26-yard line as that pass from Jack Wigmore is complete to Mac Chima. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Mac Chima on that first drive able to get a catch to bring him to 7,500 career receiving yards in the SFL. Congrats, Mac. Appreciate you. And this has been he's been a very good receiver for a long time for Baltimore.
Chima now with 3 catches here in the first half. Going for just over 30 yards, 31 yards. First and 10 to the Baltimore 36. They'll flip it out to Warren Murray, his 4th catch of the first half. That picks up 4 to the Baltimore 40, wrapped up by number 40 of Arizona, J.R. Lawless. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our gorgeous website at simulationfl.net. The SFL is football for everyone. Moving around in the pocket, avoiding the pressure at his feet. Wigmore's pass is caught by Holder to the Arizona 46-yard line, and Jack Wigmore has started 12 for 12.
Yeah, he's been perfect, and it hasn't been perfect placement, but his receivers are also making plays. That's a great play by Daly Holder to lunge with the hands out, realizing where that ball is going to be, and a great, again, play by Jack Wigmore, knowing where the pressure is coming from, moving out of the way of the pressure, and able to deliver an accurate ball to Daly Holder.
1st and 10 at the Arizona 46-yard line as Wigmore comes out with one back in the backfield. That is Warren Murray. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. It's Wigmore trying to go 13 for 13. He does. Ivory Irvin beats the defender. That was Iverson Gamble coming over just a skosh late. 1st and 10 of the Arizona 25.
That's what that ace formation can do. You have both receivers in the same plane. None moved forward more than the other. And also, Jack Wigmore needs just a little bit more time for those routes to develop downfield into the target area. He finds his target, Ivory Irvin, in a real good post situation and gets them a nice chunk play downfield.
9 minutes to go in the first half. 7-7. With 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Wigmore fires it down the field. That pass is caught. That is hauled in. Get out of the way, ref. This game's not about you. Daly Holder with the catch, first down to the 14-yard line. Fortunately, it hasn't been about them so far tonight. No penalties.
Yeah, nothing, clean play on both sides, and we love seeing that. We don't want to see things settled by the yellow hanky if at all possible. So good work by Daly Holder, 2nd catch in a row.
8:32 left here in the first half of play. This is the 3rd drive of the game as Wigmore is out of the shotgun with Murray to his right, now sprinting out of the backfield. That pass is caught by Holder down to the 3. Go, Gadget Arms inside the 5-yard line for Baltimore. Another terrific drive.
Yeah, full extension from Daly Holder on that as well. This now the 6th play of the drive, so they're much more efficient, it would seem, on this go-round as Baltimore knocking on the door once again with Murray in the backfield.
8 minutes to go. 1st and goal at the Arizona 3, and Warren Murray is down to the goal line, just grabbing him by the shoestrings. Everett Garrison, 7:48 and ticking.
Say Everett Garrison, 2 shy of 50 in interceptions for his career as well, as he's been good. He comes up, makes a nice tackle on Warren Murray, trying not to let Murray get to the outside into the open field.
2nd down and goal at the goal line for the Baltimore Vultures, and they're looking for Murray, and he is wide open. That is a Baltimore touchdown, and that caps another beautiful drive in this football game. 13-7 Baltimore. This is championship football out of the offenses if I've ever seen it, Kurt.
It 100% is. That's also touchdown number 199 in the career of Jack Wigmore, and he finds Warren Murray for probably one of the easier ones of that career. But Wigmore starting out hot, starting out perfect, no incompletions so far, as you can see. It's been a lot of fun to watch their offense work, at least so far in this championship game.
Look at these numbers. This is just stupid. Jack Wigmore is 16 for 16 for 141 yards.
Yeah.
Now has that touchdown. I mean, it's just absurd what he has been able to do in the first half and what Arizona has been able to do in the first half without a running game. They have not been able to get the ground game going at all outside of T. Roy Gaines' 4-yard touchdown on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, exactly. That's also partly Arizona making Jack Wigmore beat them, which, I mean, so far he has. So if Baltimore starts getting Warren Murray going, then you could really be looking at something more lopsided than this, but right now it's only a touchdown spread.
From Mark Lopez in the stats truck, all 4 catches by Daly Holder so far have all been for first downs. 3 of those came on that drive. Owens returns to the 24. Jackson back to work. And if she's going to be playing from 7 points behind all game, the pressure is going to continue to mount.
Yeah, it really is. But the pressure then becomes the defense's pressure to bear, because they need to get a stop from this Baltimore offense and get off the field to let Ashley do work.
20th SFL Championship game. Chris Curtis, Cameron Irvine here with you in the booth as Ashley Jackson's pass is caught to the 34-yard line, caught by TJ Punk, Tyler Falk, Mike St. Green, Paul Sarp back at the studios. They'll be back for halftime. Mark Lopez, Ron Haynes, Zach Holdorf in the truck. Skippy Curtis is here for moral support, and it just goes to show it takes a village around here, and we show out for the championship game. We got our full crew here with us tonight.
Yeah, whole crew, whole experience for everybody at home. This has been a great season, looking to cap it off the right way.
Two in the backfield with Ashley Jackson. 1st and 10 at the Arizona 34-yard line. That pass is fired out to Moses. Moses is stood up and then thrown back by Frank Smith. Got some help from his partner there up front. And that'll bring up 2nd and 4 at the Arizona 40. Visit the all-new league website presented by Football Shift at simulationfl.net, featuring all the league highlights, photo galleries, playoff and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more. The all-new league website, simulationfl.net. 2nd down and 4 at the Arizona 40. Empty backfield here for Ashley Jackson. She'll fire it outside. That pass is caught by Punk. 1st down at the Arizona 46-yard line. And I think the only two people in this stadium that are unhappy about how this game has gone so far are the punters. I don't think we're going to need them today.
You know, that's a fair point. But honestly, I think the defensive coordinators are not going to be very happy either.
That's true.
With how things have gone, both quarterbacks have looked about as good as it can get from both sides of the ball. It's been a lot of fun where these quarterbacks are standing so far.
Jackson 10 of 11 for 72 yards here in the opener, and she's spreading the ball around as well. Moses is not going to break a tackle, but gets 2.5 critical yards there to push it up to for a 2nd down and 8. It could have been 2nd and 12.
Yeah, it very well could have been. Good work by Moses to drag a defender forward. He actually got close to breaking that tackle as well. One thing I'm noticing about Baltimore, they're not sending extra help at this offensive line. They're trying to work with 4 rushers in a majority of cases.
2nd and 8 at the Arizona 48-yard line as the handoff goes to Moses. Gets 2 to the Arizona 49-yard line. Loshaw on the tackle.
Yeah, nice job by the safety creeping up to make that tackle and fill that gap where he knew it was going to be. And Moses, again, he's not going to work very well between the tackles, getting him into open space, trying to get outside and work the blockers downfield, much like O'Neal alluded to, is his bread and butter.
3rd and 6 of the Arizona 49-yard line. 4 receivers for Jackson. This is the longest 3rd down attempt of the night, and she converts to Punk. 1st down at the Baltimore 43-yard line. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, both teams right now still perfect on 3rd downs so far, and you find another one here. Good bump coverage, but a nice job to take the bump and just kind of throw it away and get into the crossing pattern forward, get just enough for the 1st down. And again, Arizona completes the task of getting the 1st down on that 3rd down attempt, and here we go into plus territory.
4:40 to go in the 1st half at the Baltimore 43-yard line, 14-7. Vultures have the lead, but Arizona's driving again. That pass is caught for a 6-yard pickup to the Baltimore 38. That's Punk. And it's near another 1st down and more scoring position for Arizona.
Yeah, Ashley Jackson had her options dwindle very quickly there as the pressure got home in a fairly quick amount of time. A post route there was actually going to be open if it developed a little bit longer, but Ashley Jackson did not have that kind of time to let it develop, had to check it down and get the short yardage.
2nd and 4, the Baltimore 38. 8 in the box. They hand it off to Moses. He runs right through it. 1st down to the Vulture 30-yard line. 4 minutes to go. Will Baltimore get the ball back before the half?
They very well may not, because nor Baltimore, I should say, have had the quick strike offense working. Everything's been methodical. It's been kind of dink and dunk, take what the defense kind of gives you on both sides of the ball, and that's what Arizona's doing. Baltimore's is content to just tackle after the catch is made or after the run is made for a couple yards.
3:40 to go in the 1st half. Baltimore 14, Arizona 7 here in the 20th SFL Championship game, as that is out to Punk to the Baltimore 20-yard line. Alvin Mack makes the stop, but not before TJ Punk moves the chains. Punk is wrapping up the receptions. That's his 6th of the 1st half.
Yeah, he's on pace for double-digit receptions. He's on pace to have a real big part in this game, and that's more of the out routes that he's been very good at so far. Not a lot downfield for either side, especially Arizona, who's been in short yardage situations.
3:25 to go
in the first half of this one I've in all my life. It's just incredible. DJ Moses this time is wrapped up. No gain on the play. The Baltimore Vultures ready for that run. And, wow, Ashley throws some shade at DJ. You know what? I'm gonna venture to say, Curtis, that that's just leadership.
Yeah.
Because she's saying to DJ, hey, you get 0 yards, I'm not helping you up. We got to get all the yards we can against this Baltimore Vulture team. 2nd and 10 of the 20. Shotgun for Ashley Jackson. She's going over the middle. That pass is caught at the ankles of Ryan Owens, but he's still able to haul it in. Marvin Himes with the tackle, but it still has 7-yard gain, makes it, again, 3rd and manageable for Arizona.
Yeah, 3rd and short yardage situations have been the bread and butter for this offense so far today. Ryan Owens has 3 Vultures flying after him to take him down after that catch. Real good work, real good concentration over the middle of the field to make that happen. See if they can get the 1st and goal.
3rd down and 3 at the Baltimore 13-yard line. 3 receivers, 2 to the near side right. As Jackson fires that direction, it's caught by Owens. 1st and goal at the 8. Bro, you went out of bounds. But still, Arizona is knocking on the door once more.
Yeah, a couple of catches in a row from Owens, setting up the Arizona offense, and another long drive to speak about for the Arizona Scorpions. This is their play number 13 on this drive that started way back a few minutes ago as we get to the tail end of the second half.
This is the 4th consecutive drive of the game that has gone at least 70 yards. This is play number 13 on this drive. 1st and goal at the Baltimore 8. DJ Moses has a touchdown. They've done it again. Curtis, it's 14-13.
Touchdown, 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 touchdown. 4 drives, 4 scores. 2 for each offense. The defensive coaching staffs on both sides are not happy with how this has gone. The offensive side, though, is loving it on both sides. The Vultures not happy about 2 real long drives, though, on defense given up to Arizona. And now it looks like Baltimore will get the ball back with a little bit of time left to do something in this first half.
This is nuts, Curtis, because not only have we had 4 drives for 4 touchdowns, but we've had 4 different players score those touchdowns. Another 5+ minute drive. Baltimore's the previous drive was 3.5, so they broke that streak, fortunately for us. And Baltimore could end up with the last laugh here at the end of the first half. Arizona gets the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, in this seesaw game, whoever gets the ball at the start of the second half might, or it'll, knowing who it is, obviously, but it makes a difference as Baltimore now has a chance to get some points and maybe continue the salvo firing before Arizona has consecutive possessions.
There's our stats. Arizona 153 to 148 in yardage. Both teams averaging 6-7 yards a play. 0 sacks, 0 turnovers. It has been as clean of a football game as humanly possible.
Yeah, exactly. And that's partly because the quarterbacks are doing a real good job getting the ball out of their hands. It's been probably a 3-4 second count before that ball is out and it's to its receiver, or at least at the very least on the way. And super accurate throws by both quarterbacks for the most part too.
2 minutes to go for Baltimore. How will their 2-minute offense look here in the first half? Handoff to Warren Murray running left. No, yep, that is Warren Murray to the Baltimore 40-yard line. Got me thinking it was T-Roy on a little trick play there. We'll take a look at the replay before we head to break.
Yeah, this is good work from Warren Murray taking the outside route. He has Norwood chasing him down there, but he's a little bit too fast for him and needs a little bit of help from the second level to bring him down.
That's the 2-minute warning. We are tied in what is shaping up to be a wild Zolnir 20th SFL Championship game. We'll be right back on Next Level Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. 1:58 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 40. As the Vultures get things going again. Wigmore's going deep. He's wide open. That's Mac Chima, and that's a Baltimore touchdown. Well, I didn't see that coming.
No, not at all. And that is the 200th touchdown pass in Jack Wigmore's career all time. And he finds Mac Chima on a go route. Absolutely blowing by Ben Stack and Paper. I'm sorry, not Ben Stack and Paper. That is, that is Mac Chima with a real nice play. Second cornerback there, not able to keep up with him, and that makes it a pretty easy one. Quick strike offense for Baltimore getting going, closing on the second half.
After all that, after all those long methodical drives that we saw that entire first half, we come back from break only to find Jack Wigmore getting over 200 passing yards in the first half. He's now 17 for 17 for 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. 21-14, Baltimore now on top, back on top, I should say. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Tyler Falk, Mike St. Green, and Paul Sarp have their first half reactions. We have a first look at the SFL and Retroid's growing partnership and keys to the second half. It's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report. And all they have to do is break down these 6 drives that we're about to see, because that's all we've had here in the first half. It's been all offense, no stops, no half stops, as Owens gets it up to the 22-yard line. Now the pressure back on Ashley Jackson. This Baltimore offense, I mean, it's borderline inhuman.
What can you say? I mean, they've been the epitome of efficiency and just at domination through a majority of their championship dynasty, per se. I mean, 4 championships in 5 seasons, 3 in a row, and they continue to do it. Arizona coming up with a need to score here, need to do something for the start of the second half.
And off DJ Moses. DJ Moses with a juke. Are you kidding me? He's going to outrun everybody. And why wouldn't he? Touchdown, Arizona. Pandemonium at Fatality Field. The defenses are dead, Curtis. They're dead.
There's hardly any defense out there right now. A couple of moves, and DJ Moses gets into the open field. He's got one man to beat, and he couldn't bring him down by the shoestrings. How about this juke right here? Whoop! Right there. He jukes left and then has to go back right as he breaks that tackle. What a play, and the big man running with him.
There's a lot of holding beers in this first half, if I do say so myself, as Arizona has now had to get someone to hold it 3 different times as they continue to fight back against the Baltimore Vultures, who had everything stacked up there on DJ, and they are actually beating Baltimore inside, in that interior tonight, which is kind of surprising.
It really is. The offensive line doing work, creating holes for DJ Moses there. You talk about a lot of holding beers. It's been a 6-pack of holding beers. It's 21-21, each team scoring 3 times.
231 to 223 in total yards. Both teams are now averaging 9.7 and 8.6 yards per play. Nearly a first down per play. No sacks, no turnovers. Arizona has over 100 yards in both the run and the pass game, and actually now more yards on the ground than through the air. 1:36 left, 21-21. Baltimore gets the football back, and we'll see if Wigmore can stay perfect. 17 for 17 in the first half. Ivory Irvin on the return. He goes right, then cuts left, then jukes, then breaks a tackle, then another down at the 27-yard line after all that. Exhausting the breath out of my, I'm not a scientist. What's lungs? There you go.
A scientist. How about a doctor? Can we get a doctor? We got one on the sidelines.
Or just someone with any common sense that has nothing to do with football. I know St. Green's going to roast me for that one.
100%. If he doesn't, I'll be disappointed.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. 1:28 to go in the first half. 2 in the backfield for Wigmore as they start another drive. That pass is nearly intercepted. Knocked away. First incompletion of the half as Eddie Gage read Warren Murray. Oh, my goodness. He almost had one.
He almost had one. Wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something in the last game of APF? Just kind of putting that out there.
The ultimate hold by beer. That is wild. 21-21, 125 to go in the first half. Second and 10 at the 27. Look at that bump coverage, as Curtis said, down there, top and bottom of the screen, and in the slot on the receivers as Wigmore fires it over the middle. They miss. Daly Holder, first down to the 48. That's another first down catch for Holder. Now Baltimore goes no huddle. Quickly back to the line, Wigmore. And Wigmore again, they're just leaving him wide open. They have to adjust here, Curtis, or they're in big trouble.
Yeah, this is Baltimore being responsible, realizing that the mismatch in the positioning, the assignments not being completed over the middle.
This time, Wigmore steps up in the pocket. Oh, what a play! What a play! Got beat the last two plays and then dives for the interception. That was absolutely brilliant work from Skinny Washington, the first stop of the game.
Yeah, big turnover from Arizona to be able to get that. A diving, lunging attempt by Daly Holder one more time. Couldn't quite get that ball in his grasp. Staying in the air just long enough for Washington to grab it. And Arizona able to get out of this first half seemingly with a big-time boost of momentum for them.
How about Arizona's defense? Wigmore goes 17 for 17, and then Gage sets the tone, knocking it away from Murray, and Skinny Washington able to come up with a huge interception. Now play fake from Jackson, fires it out to Punk. Punk turns the corner, but not before he steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 2nd and 3, 45 seconds left.
This is still a chance for Arizona to get downfield. They've got plenty of time and 3 timeouts to maybe get some points, take the lead before the first half ends, and keep the ball at the start of the second half. And those out routes that have been there all game continuing to be there for Ashley Jackson and company.
Yeah, if Arizona were to get a 2-for-1 here in a game that has been so tit for tat, that would be a major advantage for them as you look at Punk's updated numbers.
Yeah, Punk has been decent. He's been the main target on those out routes. I wouldn't expect those to go to Weston. Weston's more your over-the-middle guy.
2 receivers, 1 to either side. Jackson is under center. She fires it out to Moses, and Moses is quickly brought down for a loss. That's Keenan Samuels on the outside. So 3rd and 4 coming. Arizona not willing to push it and make a big mistake right now.
No, not yet, nor should they at this point. Ashley Jackson probably wants that ball back, to be honest with you. Did not lead Moses properly in the range of getting momentum going up against the Keenan Samuels, who's bearing down on him.
20 seconds left, 4 wide here. Jackson's going to go shotgun. She's looking for something down the field. It is caught inside. That's Will Todd down to the Arizona 46-yard line. They have timeouts. They're not using them. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Jackson going to snap it again. Can she get off another play? She's going to snap it. 2 seconds left. Got to get down. 1 second. They call a timeout, so they'll at least get a Hail Mary out of it.
Yeah, they'll be throwing it downfield. Why not? At this point, give it one more shot and maybe give Arizona an unexpected lead to get out of this first half with. I think the clock management should have been better there. Could have been better there. It was not. Now this is where Arizona is.
So we'll check out Ashley Jackson's Hail Mary arm here, and wouldn't that be something as a way to close out this wild, very offensively charged first half? All right, Jackson, empty look. She'll try to fire it as far as she can. Baltimore does not have a sack in this first half, and they're not going to get one here. Jackson going to the end zone. It is incomplete. Almost hauled in there by TJ Punk at the end of it, and that is where we end the first half. Of course we do. 21-21. We are all tied up at the end of the break. Curtis and I will take our breath. Tyler, Paul, and Mike St. Green back in Halftime Studios when we come back. You're watching the Zollner 20th SFL Championship game on Next Level Sports.
Welcome back to the Zolnir 20th SFL Championship halftime show. I'm Tyler Falk, joined by Mike St. Green and Paul Starp here in the studio. Gentlemen, what an offensive masterpiece for most of that first half of this 20th SFL Championship. Mike, we'll start with you on your initial reactions to, well, they're as they were, 21-21 ball game.
Well, first of all, Tyler, these teams played this first quarter and a half like they were double parked and needed to get home really fast, because that was the fastest quarter and a half I've, seen in SFL history. But one interesting stat from last season, 4 incompletions at halftime between the two quarterbacks last season at halftime. This season, 4 incompletions between both quarterbacks this season at halftime. And last season, we had a 17-14 game with 21-21 in this one. Both offenses have been great. They've been efficient. We've seen Baltimore get everyone involved. All of their receivers, running backs have gotten involved in this game. We've seen a lot of Arizona. We've seen a lot of TJ Punk and DJ Moses really do a lot of damage on the Arizona side. So it's going to be interesting to see how these teams come out in the second half and attack one another.
Absolutely. Paul, over to you. Your reaction from Baltimore blinking first, a late interception, but Arizona unable to capitalize. They will get the ball first. Your thoughts on the first half?
Just like you mentioned, Tyler, just an absolute offensive masterpiece from both of these teams. We saw Jack Wigmore go 60 yards to Mac Chima to go up 7. Right after that, we see DJ Moses answering 78-yard rush to tie the ball game up. And then just when we thought Baltimore was going to go down the field and put up a couple more points before halftime, a tip pass, interception from Skinny Washington to give the Scorpions another chance to score before halftime. But just a truly incredible first half. I don't think I have ever seen a first half like this in the SFL.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We'll be back here in a couple seconds for you guys to go over your keys to the second half, but we look to the future. Yes, it's an end of an era here in Season 20, the last season that All-Pro Football 2K8 will be used as the simulation engine for the league. We look forward to 4K23, and with that brings some fantastic partners, including Retroid joins us, and for the first time, we get to do something that has never been done with the Simulation Football League. We get to go mobile. Retroid, take it away.
Snaps it in the scrambles. He got it. Hard, and he's not. 10, 5, over the move. Touchdown, and they don't even need a field goal.
The Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, and oh my goodness, gentlemen, we got that chance to look at just a little sneak peek of what that teaser trailer was all about before we got on the air, but that still gives me goosebumps. The SFL, instead of having to lug around a big Xbox to hotels and conventions, we can just take something in the palm of your hand about the size of your cell phone and take that on the go. Mike, this is a massive leap forward and a massive game changer for players, coaches, and fans alike.
I'm excited about it, Tyler. I'm really looking forward to it, especially with me traveling as much as I do these days. I'm looking forward to, having the SFL right there at the palm of my hands, and I can't wait to get hold of my, my device. And, man, season 21 is going to be fantastic moving forward with Retroid and the SFL, man. I'm excited about it and can't wait to see how it all, looks at the palm of my hands.
And Paul, thanks to the league's partnership, we not only get our game on a system, but we get our logo on the system. It just feels like Retroid is going to be here for season after season, and we hope that stays the way. Paul, Retroid, and the SFL, it's something to behold.
Absolutely. What a phenomenal partnership with a company like Retroid, and joining forces with the SFL. Us as players are able to play as ourselves right in front of us if we're in bed or on the road or anything, and without carrying the Xbox, like you said. It's just such an incredible thing. There's so many features that are in the game. To be able to load up and play as yourself in first person with your teammates is just incredible. And I, for one, could not be any more excited about the future of the SFL and where we're all headed towards together.
If you're interested in pre-ordering your own Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, head on over to the SFL League website, simulationfl.net, and there's a pre-order button there for you to get your hands on the latest hardware that the SFL and Retroid has to offer. So now let's rein it back, gentlemen. We now have 22 minutes of regulation between us and potentially crowning a championship, barring overtime. It's all level peckings right now. 21-21. The offenses have been playing well. Skinny Washington's interception at the end of the half, the only blemish on either offensive team's record. Paul, let's start with you. What does Baltimore need to do to take another championship and their second one on the road?
Baltimore is going to have to get a stop on defense. We saw Arizona force Jack Wigmore into an interception. It didn't result in any points, but just like Arizona does as well, Baltimore's defense, somebody's going to have to step up and create an extra opportunity for the offense and get the ball right back for Jack Wigmore to lead their team down the field.
And Mike, for Arizona, they get the ball to start the second half against the Dynasty, the newest and for Baltimore fans, the greatest dynasty that there's ever been in the league, and the stats back it up. What does Eddie Gage say to his team in the locker room, and how do they come out in the second half to maybe put some distance between them and the Vultures?
Well, first of all, the offense, it needs to continue to do what it's doing, stay efficient. DJ Moses, he has to carry, really carry the load, keep doing what he's doing, maybe get a few more receivers involved. But we also saw the semblance of what they need to do to really put themselves over the top in this game. We saw a big play from Eddie Gage there out in the flats. We saw the Skinny Washington interception. But now what we need to start hearing from, we need to see Alex Constantine, D.D. Sachs, and, the league leader in sacks, Hunter Norwood. We need to see these guys get involved, put a little more pressure on Jack Wigmore, become that third down defense that they have been all season long. And, get Baltimore off the field, get their offensive back the ball, and we'll see what they can do to turn that into points.
Folks, we've done all we can do here on the halftime show. Time to send it back to Fatality Field, where Cameron Irvine and Chris Curtis have the call. This has been the Zollinger SFL 20th Championship game here on Next Level Sports. When we come back, the second half of the 20th SFL Championship.
Welcome back to the second half of the Zollner 20th SFL Championship game on Next Level Sports, presented by APA Music. Alongside Chris Curtis, I'm Cameron Irvine, Ron Haynes, Zach Haldorf, Mark Lopez in our stats truck. Thank you, Tyler, Mike, and Paul back in our SFL studios as Ryan Owens will begin from his 2-yard line to start the second half. Arizona, for the first time tonight, really, it feels like, has a chance to take the lead and momentum in this one.
Yeah, I'd say they already have the momentum. They got the interception that turned into that basically gave them that momentum at the end of the first half. Now is a time where they really need to score. On the other side, this is a huge drive defensively for Baltimore. One of these teams needs to step up defensively. Is it going to be the Vultures here against Arizona coming out of the half?
First down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Handoff goes to Moses, and we start the second half with a defensive stop. That's a 2-yard loss. Frank Smith on the stop, the 10th carry, or 11th carry, rather, of DJ Moses this evening.
Frank Smith has been a monster all postseason for Baltimore as he comes up, makes a hit on the running back. He's either zeroed in on the running back or zeroed in on the quarterback, depending on the play. At this particular moment, he had his eyes set on DJ Moses.
Second and 12 at the Arizona 22, just starting the second half here in the 20th SFL Championship game, as Ashley Jackson will float one over the top. It's tipped and picked off. Elijah Warfield coming back the other way. Warfield's going to pick 6. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Ashley Jackson throws up a rainbow instead of the pot of gold at the end of it. It ends up being a pot of, well, rocks, coal, anything you can think of. That being said, Warfield cashes in on that, grabs it, takes it to the house. That is, well, that's what Baltimore wanted. That's best case scenario for them. Arizona is reeling after that. They're going to get the ball back, but Ashley Jackson shaking her head on the sidelines.
Now I'm starting to get some deja vu here.
Yeah.
Because the last championship game, we had this brilliant first half by both quarterbacks, as Mike St. Green said at the break. And then in the second half, we got a bunch of nonsense and a brilliant overtime game, an amazing finish. But it was rough getting through the third and fourth quarters after adjustments. And so far, we're getting the same type of feeling there towards the end of the second quarter, now early third quarter.
Yeah, exactly right. We told Mike St. Green not to put that juju on us, but it might be just that. So now that Arizona's going to get this ball back, Baltimore swings momentum drastically back in their favor. Now Arizona needs one of those lengthy drives they had in the first half to happen here.
Back down again. Ryan Owens on the return up to the 24-yard line. We have not had a single lead change in this game, Curtis.
No.
Baltimore and Arizona have been tied 3 different times. Otherwise, Baltimore has led in this one, keeping the pressure on Ashley Jackson and the Scorpion offense.
And keeping the pressure on both these defenses as well, as that Baltimore defensive play mirrors what Arizona was able to do with their defense and get the takeaway. And now Baltimore could use a second consecutive stop here to start putting some momentum away.
First and 10 to the Arizona 24. The handoff goes to Moses now, running right, gets a key block, spins back inside, breaks a tackle. Oh, and almost got away to the 42-yard line of Arizona. Marvin Himes brings him down at the, Enzo Bolt brings him down at the end of that, but a terrific run from DJ.
That's what happens when you give him even a sliver of space. The blockers get downfield just like he wants, and that safety comes down to make things a little bit more difficult, and it's Enzo Bolt who comes from behind and makes that tackle. That was one Enzo Bolt away from another DJ Moses long touchdown run.
First and 10 to the 42, 9:45 to go in the third quarter. Out of the shotgun is Jackson. Moses off to her right. Play fake from Ashley. We've seen this a few times, but this time Baltimore adjusts to it. That pass knocked away by Alvin Mack. He tells the bench, I just did that, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Ryan Owens, the intended target there, and another one that ended up being more of a floater than Ashley Jackson probably wanted to give. That play fake was working in the first half. Great adjustments by the coverage team for Baltimore, and it stopped it to a point in the second half so far.
3 receivers, 2 to the left. Jackson hands it off to Moses, and Moses able to pick up a few, but man, the whole play was blown up there as Patrick Kelly ended up on his back and not a lot of room for Moses to run. Sets up a 3rd and 7.
Now is a medal check time for Ashley Jackson. She's got a 3rd and 7 in front of her in the championship game. This is a momentum pendulum that we are on for this game, and we're going to be in a 4-wide set.
6 for 6 Arizona on 3rd down. Neither team has failed on a 3rd down conversion. 4 wide. Jackson to throw. Jackson is sacked. A loss of 8. Back at the 38-yard line. Jackson holding her head. Surron Yates bows to the crowd. And that will bring out our first punt of the ball game.
That is way too much time taken by Jackson in the backfield, and the offensive line could not hold Surron Yates back as long as they needed to get Ashley Jackson the pass off. And first punt of the game, Baltimore now at the start of the second half in full control.
Wow, talk about, I don't know who gave the motivational speech at halftime for Baltimore's defense, but they came out with a fury. This will be our first opportunity to see what Arizona's defense does against Baltimore's offense, since we saw the pick 6 on the opening drive from Baltimore and then that stop right there.
Yeah, how much momentum translates from the defensive side of the ball to the offensive side, and Jack Wigmore and Warren Murray and company. So now Arizona, coming out of the break with their halftime adjustments on defense, we'll see what they can do against this offense.
1st and 10 at the Baltimore 27. 8:27 to go in the 3rd quarter as Jack Wigmore drops to throw, fires it, tipped up in the air. That pass is nearly intercepted. Eddie Gage was tracking once again.
Yeah, another one that nearly ended up in the lap of the coverage team. Tip ball, they got their interception on the tip ball earlier. That was a good play to start it, but to also Baltimore going a little bit further downfield on this particular first play.
2nd down after Wigmore's incompletion, just the 3rd of his night. 19 for 22, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, the 1 pick from Skinny Washington as Wigmore fires it over the middle. That's Daly Holder, who has been gobbling up yards all night to the Vulture 40-yard line. 96 yards on 7 catches, and I think all of them have been between the hash marks.
Exactly. Every one of them has been in the middle of the field and right in the soft spot of that cover defense right there. Very good work from Daly Holder to take what the defense is giving him and putting himself in a prime position for Wigmore to find him.
This is what makes Baltimore so dangerous. Ivory Irvin was unbelievable last week against Atlanta. Totally dominated. 25 yards on 2 catches, 2 targets for Irvin tonight. It's been all the other guys in this one so far. Jack Wigmore fires down the middle of the field. Caught. Caesar Ackerman to the Arizona 42. 21st completion of the night for Jack. Gets another first down.
That might be his longest pass of the night, as well as Ackerman able to get downfield and grab that, his 2nd catch of the day. And just another great example of Wigmore using everybody around him to make a play.
1st and 10 of the Arizona 42-yard line. 18-yard pickup officially from our stats truck. 4th longest pass of the night for Wigmore as Warren Murray spins away from 1 and picks up 8 to the Arizona 34-yard line. Arizona's defense, it is gut check time.
Yeah, absolutely. You're backed up again in your own territory. You really don't want to give any more points to Baltimore than you can handle right now. And you start giving the ball to Warren Murray in space, letting him get open because you're covering everybody else. And you start to look around and figure, where's the next threat coming from? If you're Arizona, you got to find it. You got to neutralize it right away.
7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Ball at the Arizona 34-yard line. Another blood-sucking drive out of this Vultures offense. 7 in the box for Arizona. As Wigmore surveys the defense, hands it off to Warren Murray, and what a tremendous play from J.R. Lawless. Blows up the offensive lineman, gets into the backfield and contains the Warhorse.
That's a great push by the defensive line to get into the penetration areas of the offensive side and get to Murray as well. Great work from Lawless to finish the play.
3 receivers, all to the top side left as Wigmore will look that direction, fire to a falling, I believe, Irvin on the catch. Nope, Daly Holder outside. 1st and 10 of the Arizona 32.
And apparently wanted to make a catch closer to the sidelines this time, so that'll work for Daly Holder.
As soon as he fell outside the hash marks, he fell over. He didn't know where he was.
Exactly. A little bit of field awareness, huh?
6 minutes left in the 3rd. And Baltimore is very aware of the moment that they have in front of them. 5 titles in 6 seasons is what is staring back at them in the face as Warren Murray is being stared at by a monstrous linebacker for Arizona as he'll lose 2 yards. That was Nathaniel Diggs on the stop.
Yeah, a little bit of a Luthez press for those pro wrestling fans out there. Great work to get to Murray and bring him down, not give any doubt as to what the result of that play was going to be.
2nd down and 12 of the Arizona 34. 5:25 to go in the third quarter. Wigmore drops to pass. Wigmore fires into traffic. It's caught, and then Ackerman able to break away from the 2 nearest bodies around. Washington and more in the area will set up a 3rd and 5.
Not sure how Parker Thomas didn't come up with at least a pass deflect there, as just crazy that play ended up being completed rather than it being a PD or possibly even an interception.
3rd and 5 at the 27. 4:55 to go in the third. Shotgun look for Jack Wigmore, and Wigmore hit as he threw and finds T-Roy Gaines out of nowhere, just standing there for a first down to the Arizona 14-yard line. Not sure how Jack saw T-Roy on that one.
No way that T-Roy ends up that open unless somebody missed an assignment. The fullback should not be by himself there as the safety has to come down to make the play. Nothing doing from the Arizona defense so far in their quest to try to neutralize this threat, and Baltimore staring down the barrel of potentially a 2-touchdown lead.
The crosser got Diggs caught up there with Iverson Gamble, and that's how T-Roy was able to get open. 1st and 10 of the Arizona 14-yard line outside. That's hauled in by the second tight end on this roster. That is Orlando Bishop. That used to be DJ Bandit. One of the components of this Baltimore offense was their tight end shakeup. Caesar Ackerman's been a great pickup from Jacksonville.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job taking Bandit's spot and really cinching a home in Baltimore for, I'm sure, as long as he wants to be there the way he's been. So good work from Orlando there at the very least to fill that spot.
Another 10-plus straight play drive in this game for Baltimore. It's just their second late blitz. That pass is incomplete. Looking for Holder over the middle. Washington deflected it. Gage got an extra hit in to set up a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, good work by the combination of Washington and Gage there. Good communication over the middle of the field. Baltimore's been pretty successful over the middle of the field so far. Now still in scoring range. They're at least going to be able to have another opportunity before this drive is done.
3rd and 6 at the 10. 4:03 to go in the third quarter. Wigmore going to throw. Bumped off the spot route. No, doesn't matter. Touchdown, Baltimore. Bottom of the screen was jammed, and Daly Holder does it again.
Middle of the field. That's exactly where he's been, and turn it into a 14-point lead. But Daly Holder in his office, and good job on the bump route to take the spot route away. The nice part about Wigmore, though, is his recognition, realizing that option is not going to be there. His second option, Daly Holder over the middle of the field, working right to left. That is gorgeous from Wigmore. The execution, brilliant, and it's potentially a 14-point lead after this is through.
Most of the night, Curtis, has been won by the inside matchup between Daly Holder and Skinny Washington, and Skinny's got the pick. He definitely has had his moments in the sun tonight, but Daly has won the majority of those matchups, and that has been what Baltimore has been winning on this evening and why they're up by their largest margin tonight.
Yeah, they're possibly in the spot where they could have a 5th different another different player of the game if Daly Holder continues on this trek in a championship victory. So the way he's been monstrous throughout this game, and that's been him, again, just finding the soft spot in the defense and the routes he's given.
Ron Haynes reminding us that Baltimore has not punted so far, and now we remind you that if you took the under, you're now scared. 56 on a 57.5-point bet. You're in some big trouble here as Ryan Owens gets to the 23-yard line. The SFL convention is coming to Cincinnati, Ohio, July 28th through the 30th for Season 21 kickoff weekend. For room reservation details and the weekend schedule, see the Convention Alerts channel on the SFL Discord server. Rooms are going fast and some have already sold out. Reserve your special group rate today. We'll see you there. 3:55 to go in the third. Someone's got to wake up the Scorpions here. Down 14. That pass is incomplete. Giovanni Bolton, some tight coverage. Jackson looking for maybe an illegal contact or something down the field. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, more chances over the middle of the field. Jackson trying to make something happen. You'd think that would be the place to go in one-on-one coverage over the middle, but Bolt does a really nice job of getting right in the way of that football and keeping everything at arm's length. Good work from the Baltimore defense.
They're going gun here. I'm shocked that they're not trying to get DJ Moses the football to set up third and short situations like they were in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Jackson's going long. Maybe that's why. Connor Weston on a corner route down the sideline of the Baltimore 38-yard line. That's why I don't coach, Kurt.
Very good work. That's Weston able to break the speed. He takes the corner route, and that is stacking paper. He takes the school on that, and Loshaw comes down to make the hit. Good work from Connor Weston, the number 2 option in this offense on the receiving side. Finds a seam down the sideline and gets them a first down.
Zach Holdorf tells us 39 yards on that reception. Not often you see Ben Stackenpaper burned on any kind of route in one-on-one coverage. Impressive stuff there from Weston. Handoff to Moses now. Moses sidesteps to the right and gets 7, the Baltimore 31-yard line, but he was almost, once again, shot out of the cannon. His numbers before that run, 140 yards on 13 carries. Still a strong evening.
Yeah, very good work. Very good evening so far from Moses, and he's looking to cement his spot in the score sheet as he finds a way to bring his team back into it. But it's going to come down to the arm, I think, of Ashley Jackson to see if they can do that.
3:05 to go in the third. Handoff. DJ Moses dropped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Keenan Samuels in there alongside his teammate Joe Duncan for a 2-yard deficit. 3rd and 5 coming up for Arizona.
Questionable play calling by the Arizona offense on that particular series there, only because they get the long play downfield and then they go 2 straight runs to put them in a long 3rd down.
They did not convert their last 3rd down. 6 for 7 tonight. Jackson's pass is caught, and they are 1 yard shy of a first down of the Baltimore 29-yard line. That's Weston on the catch. Would they dare go for this?
In my thought processes, I think yes. However, I don't know if they share those same feelings. So this is a decision that may come back to haunt them. I think they're probably they got the offense out on the field so far.
Timeouts are precious. That's all I'm going to say. 15 on the play clock. 4th and 1. 2:25 to go in the third quarter. Will they snap this football to try and pick up the first down and keep the drive alive? They will not, and it will be a Cliff Allen field goal, 1 timeout down for Arizona here in the second half. At least they'll get points up on the board and stop the bleeding, but their defense at some point is going to have to get Baltimore out of the end zone, not just once in a blue moon, but on consecutive series.
Exactly, and I think it's going to come down to them being able to do it with possibly taking a possession away as well. They can't afford at this point to play the field position game. Yes, we're about halfway through this third quarter. Yes, there's time left on this football game, but I don't think you can keep Baltimore down for too long, and it may not be long enough for Arizona to make the comeback.
You got DJ Moses averaging 9.7 yards a carry, and you need 1 yard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tough.
Tough decision.
46-yard field goal for Cliff Allen, and that is on the way, and he's got it. Cliff Allen always steady for Arizona. 35-24 is your new score. We have our first field goal of the ball game.
Yeah, seen everything else just about, so why not add 3 points onto the scoreboard as well? It at least makes it an 11-point game, so they're not completely it's definitely feels better than a 14-point deficit. So now is when Arizona's defense needs to step up. This is clutch time for them, and they need to keep Wigmore off the score sheet, whether it be field goals or touchdowns, on this drive, I think, to try to cinch in some more momentum.
This is a huge drive in this ball game. Ivory Irvin from his goal line on the return, and Irvin is cut down immediately at the 24-yard line. Have you ever wanted to be the play-by-play or analyst broadcaster on an SFL live game? The SFL is looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the minor league season and ahead of season 21's kickoff in July. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. And the grand culmination of all that excitement is to actually get a call game live with a person like I am tonight with Chris Curtis here at SFL Studios, and that is so much fun. That's a pickup of 8 yards to start the drive for Baltimore. Ackerman with the play. You know, if you go to the convention and you're on the broadcast team, you get to do that, call a game live, with your partner. But during the season, randomly, it's it doesn't happen often, and so this is a special moment to cherish for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Calling games in person is something special, but either way, calling games with somebody in the virtual booth with you is something fun as well. We've had a lot of people do it for many years.
Second down and 2, handoff to Roy Gaines, and he picks up I'd give him 1. J.R. Lawless on the tackle. That'll set up a 3rd down and 1 for Baltimore. They are 5 for 5 on 3rd downs. Interestingly enough, though, 3 of those 5 3rd down attempts have been in this 3rd quarter. They only had 2 3rd downs in the first half.
Yeah, and this is a huge one on 3rd and 1 here.
Out to Murray, wide open. Warren Murray's got a 1st down and a spin and a move of the sticks to the 43, right in front of Ashley Jackson. Warren Murray says, yeah, you stay on that sideline.
Looking right at her when he said that as well. He's got his arms out, and he's talking a whole bunch of stuff over to Ashley Jackson on the sideline. But good work, good play design by Baltimore, getting Warren Murray into space. It takes a couple of Scorpions to bring him down. He finds another opportunity to make them miss, and a new set for Baltimore as they start to bleed this clock.
Wigmore's going to go empty here out of the shotgun on 1st down.
Interesting.
I haven't seen much of that tonight out of Baltimore. Wigmore drops to throw, has plenty of time, and Ackerman's wide open. Where has this pass rush been? 1st down to the Arizona 36.
That's been one of the big adjustments. The offensive line's played much better since the start of this second half for Baltimore, and it's created a lot of time for Jack Wigmore to move the ball down the field. Arizona's got to find some kind of change to be able to put some pressure on it.
Maybe the final play of the 3rd quarter as Wigmore goes over the middle. Again, the spot route was well covered. Daley Holder has been the direct beneficiary of Arizona doing a good job on the outside, but this time Gamble able to swat it away. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, another good job there by Jack Wigmore, thinking he has the spot on the spot route, but then not quite. He puts Daley Holder in his microscope again. This time Arizona makes the adjustment, and it takes it away. Now a big play here for Arizona's defense.
2nd down and 10. Wigmore's going empty once more. Arizona sitting back in his own. And they go over the middle into traffic. It's tipped up in the air, almost picked off. It hit Mac Chima in the kneecap. Ivory Irvin was wide open at the top of the screen. I can't believe Wigmore didn't see him.
Yeah, I mean, it was just speaking his praises about recognition of open receivers, and it just didn't happen. He had Irvin on the outside, didn't find him, and now Arizona has a chance to get off the field.
4 wide. Wigmore's out of the shotgun. Dime look here for Arizona. They got everyone up on the line, and Wigmore fires to Holder. Skinny Washington just totally missed the assignment. Holder's got 10 catches for 123 yards. That was bizarre right there.
He seemingly has missed the assignment 9 other times as well, has Skinny
Where's
Washington. He's not where he needs to be. Daley Holder's got all day to make that catch, and he's got room to take a couple of steps with football moves before that particular thing happens.
End of the 3rd quarter. Put your 4s, 12s, 68s, 86s up. We'll be right back. You're watching the Zoner 20th SFL Championship game on Next Level Sports. Don't go anywhere.
This summer, you can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Pre-order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com. Search SFL or go through the all-new league website at simulationfl.net. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. Chris Curtis, tell us what our rights are.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
All right, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Baltimore still looking strong. 11 minutes left, 35-24. If they score a touchdown on this drive, they will go up 3 scores for the first time in this one. Chris Curtis, Cameron Irvine here with you. Mark Lopez, Zach Holdorf, Ron Haynes in the stats truck as Wigmore drops to throw. That pass is caught over the middle. 8-yard gain to the 13-yard line. That's Ackerman again. He is heating up. 2nd and 2 at the 13.
Ackerman and Daly Holder, direct beneficiaries, as you mentioned earlier, over the middle between the hash marks. That is where the money has been made for Baltimore's offense. They have a chance to put cement into this game with a finish to this drive.
8.3 yards per play tonight. 2nd and 2 at the Arizona 13. Out to Warren Murray. And Murray has got a first down, spins away. Murray down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal. Sean Moore takes out his frustration on the Warhorse on the sideline, but this is starting to get real dicey here for Arizona.
Yes, it is. Scorpions starting to get stomped a little bit here as they are in a tough way in a 1st and goal situation where Baltimore has been lethal all season long. They have a chance to do it again here.
10:20 to go. An absolute masterpiece from the Baltimore Vultures here tonight on the road at Fatality Field. Murray's in the backfield. He will take the pass outside to the 4. 10th reception for Murray, and him and Parker Thomas have some words afterwards.
Yeah, Parker Thomas had a bit of a rough day, was beaten earlier on that play to Mac Chima on the 60-yard touchdown, and then goes up against the Warhorse, who stiff arms him out of the way. That's, again, a tough day for him, looking to try to get into the head of Warren Murray, but just showing frustration in the result.
2nd to go with a 4. Jack Wigmore is 35 for 41. Out of the shotgun, back to pass. Floating it back in the end zone. Intercepted! Picked off by Iverson Gamble. That was the turnover Arizona needed.
That is crucial for Arizona. They stopped Baltimore from getting any points on this drive. Now is the time when they need to answer and get themselves back to within a possession. And then if that's the case, we may not be done.
Nathaniel Diggs with the initial deflection to help Iverson Gamble get a hand on the football. Now 9:54 left. Baltimore up 35-24, but here come the Arizona Scorpions, who do not have a touchdown in this second half, trying to get the offense moving as DJ Moses will get moving absolutely nowhere. Alvin Mack with the tackle, no gain.
Yeah, I mean, I respect the idea to get Moses going if they can get him between the tackles, which they've had unorthodox success getting through to that tonight. But the defensive line does make the step up and the adjustment, and they're going to go heavy set on 2nd down.
9:30 to go in the fourth quarter. They're going to throw it out to Moses. Moses has some space. Moses with a spin. First down, gets away from another. 14-yard pickup wrapped up by Duncan at the end of the play, getting all the way out to the Arizona sideline. The Scorpions have a first down.
And if the inside doesn't work, then go to the outside. Put the ball in the hands of one of the biggest playmakers on the Arizona roster. That is his wheelhouse. DJ Moses on the outside with defenders in front of him has the tools to make people miss.
9:03 to go in the fourth. And Arizona starting to pick up a little bit of momentum. You can feel the charge here at Fatality Field. 2 in the backfield and a heavy look here for the Scorpion offense. They'll give it up to DJ Moses. He'll pick up 4. There is no need to panic if you're Arizona.
No.
You got plenty of time, 8:45 left. The goal now is to go down and score. Give your defense an opportunity.
You could take 3 points here. You want 6 if you can, or 7 if you can take it. But ultimately, you're right. There's no reason to panic. They're still going to have to come up with a stop on defense against Baltimore to make this work regardless.
2nd down and 6. Everybody tight in the box for Baltimore. Handoff goes to Moses. He's got some room on the outside. Excellent blocking gets to the Baltimore 48-yard line. You mentioned 150 out of DJ Moses in pregame. He is just over that mark right now.
Yeah, and when you give DJ Moses a chance to make a play, and it's probably 70-30, he's going to be able to make that play. Didn't quite have the range to beat the linebacker there. Good pursuit to get to him on the outside, but not before he does the damage and extends his drive.
Stellar blocking there from Arizona up front, 164 yards on 18 carries. Now 9.1 yards per carry for DJ on the night. He has certainly showed up for his team. 1st and 10 of the Baltimore 48. 3 receivers, 2 to the right side of Jackson. Handoff to Moses one more time. Moses still on his feet somehow. Gets a long 3. Stacking paper with the wrap-up.
Yeah, more DJ Moses on this drive. And I don't necessarily think we expected to see as much DJ on this drive as we are getting, but I can tell you Arizona faithful on the Arizona sideline are liking what they see from him, being able to get yardage and close out sets, keep the drive on schedule.
Now 7:26 to go in the 4th. 2nd and 7. They fake it to Moses. Go outside. That pass is knocked away. Elijah Warfield. The moment I saw Ashley throw that ball, I thought to myself, Warfield could get there, and he certainly did.
He certainly did, and he nearly had himself an interception and a great read. That play fake fooled me. That play fake fooled everybody except Elijah Warfield, who jumps all over that football and makes sure that even with the success of DJ Moses, that play action play did not work.
3rd down and 7. Arizona 6 for 6 on 3rd downs in the first half. 0 for 2 in the second half. 4 wide for Jackson. Takes a high snap against a blitz. That pass is caught over the middle. TJ Punk with a 1st down. Huge credit to Arizona. They are picking up a lot of those blitzes tonight, and they have neutralized them.
They really have, and that was what Baltimore was doing really well in their game against London. That really put Johnny Pickler on his back on multiple occasions. Arizona realized that they needed to cover that and have done a marvelous job of it so far.
1st and 10 of the 35. Jackson outside. Put a little bit more air on that one. That's Punk for a 4-yard pickup. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. You have the SFL playlist on the plane yesterday?
Yes, absolutely. Right? I've got it all over my phone. Granted, forgot to download my Spotify playlist, but either way,
nobody cares about your
exactly,
Spotify playlist.
Exactly. It was really relaxing. It was super cool to listen to, and it's just a nice vibe to get into.
Outside, Moses actually taking a break on the sideline, so Arizona gets another body involved offensively. That's number 31, Jalen Gage, with the reception for the 1st down.
Yeah, backup halfback comes through with the play, and nice job securing the football, then moving upfield. Eventually, the linebackers are going to get to him, but very good job by the backup to come in and, in the biggest moment, make the play to extend the drive.
6:20 to go. Now things start to get a little dicey for Arizona. They may want to see some tempo here over the last 90 seconds of this drive. 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 22-yard line, and that's our first flag of the game. Baltimore jumps offside. Moses nearly got a touchdown. I think they'll decline it, take the yards, and bring up 2nd and 1.
They may. They also may take the 1st and 5 if they can get it, because they didn't get the 1st down in that particular play. Be interested to see the decision here, as it may determine what their next play is.
They will decline.
Okay, they will. Yep.
But I know what you were thinking there, Curtis,
Yeah.
because I was thinking the same thing. Maybe you just take the downs, especially against this Baltimore team. You want to have as many opportunities to get a 1st down as you can. That was Al Walker jumping offside, the far side of that defensive line. That will keep the clock moving now. 6 minutes to go, 2nd and 1 at the Baltimore 14. If you score a touchdown here, you definitely got to go for 2 to try to cut it down to a 3-point game.
If you don't get it here, maybe you take a shot at the end zone. See if you can do it.
And off Moses. He's got a 1st down to the 10. Yeah, and I agree with you, Curtis. I think it may be time for that. Maybe a little corner out to the back corner of the end zone. Moses gets a 1st down, 5:38 and counting.
Yeah, as of right now, Connor Weston is your hot receiver on that right side of the formation in most cases, but you also could lean on DJ Moses in the flat here if they go for a screen. Baltimore may not have an answer in time.
Jackson is audibling here as Baltimore walks up a defensive back to the line. You've got 9 players with 2 high safeties as that pass is flipped out to Moses, and Baltimore all over that. No gain on the play 2nd and 10. The game just got shorter for Arizona.
I like the thought to audible, but I think the audible needed to be to something else. That's the biggest thing. You got to get Moses out into space towards the sideline more to at the very least stop the clock. Didn't get it done there.
Under 5 to go, 2nd and 10 at the Baltimore 10. 4:50 left. 35-24. Vultures have led this entire game. Arizona trying to make a comeback. Hand off to Moses. Moses can't get anywhere. Now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal. That's impossible. I thought they could still get a first down. They're running no huddle, Curtis. With under 5 to go, Jackson going to throw it out to Moses. Moses spins and gets cut down at the 8-yard line. That was just a mess after an immaculate drive from Arizona up to this point.
Oh, that was a migraine-inducing decision, unfortunately, and now Arizona going to have to go through and take the 3 points as Cliff Allen comes out. This will make it an 8-point game if he is good on this attempt, which does technically put it to a one-possession ball game, but now is when Arizona would need to make a stop if this goes through.
25-yard field goal for Arizona is up and good. At that point on the field, Kurt, what are you panicking about? It kind of reminds me of what we saw in the Carolina-Arizona game is just a couple of rounds ago. 4:01 to go. Carolina panicked in the red zone and ended up not getting anything out of that. At least Arizona has made this a one-score game.
And onside.
Now Cliff Allen with 4:01 left and only 2 timeouts. Will onside kick. I wonder if the 2 timeouts factored into that decision. That onside kick is up in the air and recovered by Enzo Bolt and the Vultures. Now they are 3 yards away from Shark Tarkington field goal range to go back up by 11 and wipe away everything Arizona just did.
And now the Warhorse steady diet of him is probably on the menu for Baltimore to bleed this clock. They have no need to hurry as well, and they add more anxiety to the Arizona sideline with every run that Warren Murray's going to get.
That was a 15-play, 73-yard drive for Arizona that took 6 minutes off the clock, and it may all just be a wash in a couple of minutes. Hand off to Warren Murray, not with TFLs like that. Hunter Norwood, who's been a little quiet, makes the stop. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10.
Hall of Fame inductee Hunter Norwood, thank you very much, as he comes through with a big hit in the backfield to make this 2nd down a bit more crucial. Baltimore trying to stay on schedule, got to make it to probably 2nd or 3rd and 5, give themselves a decent shot, and it would be a long field goal from there.
Mark Lopez breaking down the drives. Baltimore averaging 3 minutes on their drives this evening. Arizona's 2 quickest scoring drives are 1 minute and 49 seconds, and so the time not on the side of Arizona, all on the side of Baltimore as they milk this clock. They hand it off to Warren Murray, broken tackle into field goal range. Warren Murray's got a first down to the Arizona 28. Barring a turnover, Baltimore could seal this one up.
Yeah, that is the biggest first down of this game to this point. And Warren Murray, who I thought was going to get taken down right there. The shoestring tackle did not work out. A little bit of a burst of speed and a shimmy from Warren Murray to get himself out of trouble and then able to fall forward. That's the biggest thing you learn as a running back when you're starting out is falling forward and getting every yard your body can give you on the using the gravity that is forced upon you.
2:50 to go in the 4th quarter. Baltimore's got a first down at the Arizona 28-yard line. Murray's out of the backfield. He will get the reception. He will be open, and Warren Murray's got 7 tackled inbounds. Parker Thomas going to lay the hit, not shove him out of bounds. The clock keeps moving. They do not have to snap it with a 2-minute warning.
No, they do not, and that's going to leave us to 4 stops left for Arizona in this football game, one of them being forced upon the 2-minute warning. But this drive taking entirely too long for the Scorpions to like.
The Vultures have led wire to wire in this one. Arizona tied it 3 separate times in the first half. They just have not been able to overcome their 14-point deficit they dug earlier in the second half. 2 minutes to go. Baltimore 35, Arizona 27. We'll be right back. You're watching the SFL 20th championship game right here on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fatality Field in Phoenix, Arizona. 35-27 in the 20th SFL Championship game. The Vultures lead by 8 over Arizona, trying to get their 5th rings. Oh, Wigmore hit as he threw. Why? What are they doing? What are they doing? Hunter Norwood almost caused a turnover there.
Yeah, probably more out of surprise than anything. He was like, what are you throwing for? That's exactly my thought process as well, Hunter. Is Baltimore with the lead in hand and the ball in hand with a couple minutes left, they decide to air it out, and it didn't work.
What are you doing here? 3rd and 3 at the Arizona 21. Murray's out of the backfield. Watch for a pass. We've seen it all night long. They have to cover the flats. They haven't done it all night, and they dump it off to Murray. He's got all kinds of space. Warren Murray's in the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore.
The Warhorse may have just sealed the deal. Nobody in coverage taking the flat route away from Warren Murray, and he has basically a clear path until the 3-yard line where he can just momentum his way into the end zone and may have given Baltimore their 4th straight championship.
Murray's first touchdown, or the second touchdown of the night through the air, 12 catches. He has 42 more yards through the air than he does on the ground tonight. Baltimore has not needed the run game against this stout run defense. Instead, they have relied on Jack Wigmore, who's now 37 of 45 for 405 yards. Now, putting it big picture here for Arizona, that wasn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. Baltimore's offense got off the field. Yeah, They scored a touchdown, but it is a 2-score game. You can go down and get a score. Maybe you recover an onside kick, get something crazy to happen.
Arizona quick strike offense needs to show up here. They had 1 quick strike touchdown in the DJ Moses long run earlier. Haven't really had much since then in that vein. So this becomes a big return for field position and to see where Ashley starts.
You know, Zollner might be getting tired of producing those Baltimore Vultures championship rings. They just do it every year. It's just been unbelievable as Baltimore is closing in, 1:47 to go in the 4th quarter on their 4th straight title, their 5th in the last 6 seasons. They just continue to dominate the SFL. And look, we think they're going to be pretty good in season 21 as well. This organization from top to bottom has been first class over the last few years.
Organized completely.
Offside, free play for Ashley Jackson. That is through the hands or maybe just a little bit out in front of Ryan Owens. Either way, they'll take the 5. Arizona not out of this yet. They still have an opportunity to cut the score back to a 1-score game.
Yeah, at least that penalty will stop the clock for them as this gets down into crunch time for Ashley Jackson and company. But this needs to be a perfect drive from Ashley Jackson, perfect drive from the receivers for Arizona. And I think you take DJ Moses more or less out of the equation unless you can break one, and you're absolutely sure about giving him the ball.
1st and 5 after the penalty, 1:44 left. Jackson tonight, 28 of 34, has not played a bad game. 213 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a QBR of just over 90. As Jackson fires it out to DJ Moses. Moses did not get a first down, thanks to Keenan Samuels. What an open field tackle, his 5th.
Yeah, another big hit from Samuels. He's had real nice work on DJ Moses. You said his 5th tackle. I believe 4 of them have been on Moses. He's been zeroed in on him all night long so far in this game. So the biggest thing we have in front of us is now Ashley and company need to not worry about the score. They need to get the first down.
Something interesting notice in the chat here is Jackson 2nd and 1 of the 32. We'll get to that in a moment. Jackson going to throw out to Moses. Quickly got to get down the field, and Moses does get out of bounds. Nice play there to the Arizona 41-yard line. Chris, have you peeked the 5 stars on Baltimore's pants tonight? How about that for a subtle hint at what they're going after?
Interesting thought process. I like it. If that gives you a premonition of what they expect out of this game, they would have looked pretty silly having 5 stars for every championship if they don't win this game.
1:35 left at the Arizona 41-yard line. Moses is out on this play as they try to push the ball up the field. And that's pretty good strategy. Still 2 timeouts left, down 15. Jackson back to pass. Jackson going deep down the middle. The pass is caught
down to the Baltimore 30-yard line. Arizona going to burn one of their 2 timeouts.
Yeah, they needed to burn it. They would have taken too much time to get downfield and get set up. Good ball over the middle. Will Todd, his first catch of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, we have him credited for 4, a quiet 4 catches.
Wow.
For Will Todd.
I haven't called his name much.
Over the middle of the field. So, all right, 1st and 10 at the 30 for Baltimore. We reset things. 90 seconds left. Arizona still in this thing. They have not led all night, and they won't go away, nor did we expect them to. Jackson, play fake here. Jackson going deep down the middle. It's caught by Weston. Full extension, leaving it all out there on the field tonight. Arizona burns their last time out again. They would have spent too much time trying to get down the field. All or nothing right now.
Yeah, this next play, I think, needs to be a score. If not, they're going to take too much time away for them to potentially get the ball back and make the trek downfield again, especially now with no timeouts, no way to stop the clock other than getting out of bounds.
And it doesn't matter, Curtis, right?
Yeah.
Because if they would have failed to recover the onside kick, those timeouts wouldn't have done them any good anyway. And so you might as well save, probably 20 seconds off the clock now that they called those 2 timeouts. 1st and goal at Baltimore's 7. 1:25 left. Jackson going short corner. The pass has come, but he can't get in bounds, or he can't get out of bounds, rather, and into the end zone. Ryan Owens with the catch down to the 3. No huddle. 1:13 to go in the 4th. Jackson, shotgun, same play. Looking back of the end zone. Intercepted, and Baltimore's going to take it.
Saw that coming. Play fake happens. You've got too much traffic between Ashley Jackson and the receiver, and Troy Loshaw, the direct recipient of that. Just look where he's looking. He's looking right at Ashley Jackson over the middle of the field.
There's 5 white shirts on the screen there. That was a desperation throw right there, and Arizona's gonna have their dreams dashed. This franchise is gonna fall to 0-4 in championship games, and Arizona just comes up just short again. A valiant effort, but Baltimore just too efficient tonight. Yes, Wigmore had the 2 interceptions, but the passing game was absolutely stellar. When Arizona took away their biggest weapon, Ivory Irvin, just 2 catches tonight. It was Daly Holder, 10 for 125. Ackerman, 6 for 68. Chima, 4 for 91. They stepped up and won the game.
They really did, and credit to Jack Wigmore for spreading the ball around in places where his receivers can make plays. It wasn't all about Ivory Irvin. Sometimes it is, no doubt about that. In this case, not so much, and the rest of the crew definitely made it happen for the Vultures. Then the question remains, do they continue the streak with having a different player of the game for every victory? Daly Holder or Caesar Ackerman would need to be the ones to get it, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think Warren Murray has done enough.
It could be Holder with 125. It's probably going to be Wigmore, I would imagine, with the 405 yards, and he would be a 2-time winner. Baltimore outscores Arizona 21-6 in the second half. They stepped up, they showed out, and they did it again. 42-27. The dominance continues. Baltimore, your 4-time defending champions, and 5 titles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the last 6 seasons. Let's take a look at the post-game stats. Don't look at me like that. Post-game stats and highlights.
I don't think I've ever heard him hit that octave before. But yeah, Baltimore, they show out again. You think that you know what you're going to get from the Vultures, and they change the rules on you. And that's exactly what happened here. Arizona had a game plan to come through and make Wigmore beat him, and he did until Warren Murray started to beat them. And then really it just became them both beating the Arizona defense. Both defenses had a rough day. Let's be honest, especially the first half. There was no punts in the first half. Every drive was being a touchdown. It was rough from the defensive side of the ball, but really the adjustments made by Baltimore, they have the start to the second half that one could only dream of after a first half like they had, and they did enough to keep Arizona down. Ashley Jackson did not have enough plays in the arsenal. Coaching staff did not have enough plays in the arsenal to make the game closer than what it turned out to be at the about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
We go through the highlights. Both teams in that second half could have even put more points on the board. That's what's crazy about this game, Curtis. And Arizona almost almost continued a streak 7 different times. The losing team in the SFL championship game in history has scored 24. They got the field goal with 4 minutes to go. Skippy with another $49.99 super chat congratulating Baltimore. Going to need Cam to sing like that again. Well, you've certainly got your money's worth tonight. I'll tell you that.
That's worth the price of admission right there. Come on now.
Appreciate you, Skip, as always, and appreciate all of our viewers on Next Level Sports and SFL YouTube all season long. What a season. 179 games just this season alone in the books. 20 seasons, 10 years. Tyler Falk, Mike St. Green, Paul Sarp will be back with you to break it down. Jack Wigmore is your player of the game now, his second in his illustrious and ever-growing career. For Chris Curtis, I'm Cameron Irvine. It was a pleasure, my man. Ron Haynes, Mark Lopez, Zach Holdorf on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be right back. Post-game reaction coming up next from the SFL studios after this.
They stand alone. Congratulations to the now 5-time Baltimore Vultures. They own the most SFL titles in league history. Welcome into the Zollner SFL Championship postgame show. Tyler Falk, Paul Sarp, and Mike St. Green welcoming you back inside the studios. Mike, Baltimore does it again. 4-peat champions.
Tyler, I'm almost speechless, with this win for Baltimore. First of all, congratulations to them on winning their 5th title, and also Arizona. I know this is not going to, be any satisfaction to them in losing twice to this team in 2 seasons, but another great season for them. They really have nothing to hang their heads about, but I know they're going to, it's going to hurt for a minute about losing this game again, but Baltimore, they're just a machine. I mean, you cannot give this team any, glimmer of light. They will take advantage of it. This game turned on its ear with the interception from Elijah Warfield, and they never looked back, and Arizona couldn't respond to it. And this is what we've seen from this team season in, season out, game in, game out, and they proved it again tonight. They're just the best team in the SFL since their inception, and I think it was season 11, and they've proven themselves this whole time since they've been around. I think they have the highest win percentage in league history, and then they have the 5 rings now to go along with it. Congratulations to them. They did a fantastic job.
They filled up the gauntlet, so to speak. Paul, over to you. It's wash, rinse, repeat. Baltimore does it again, but it's one thing to do it at home. It's another to go in a rematch on the road and take down your opponent for the championship.
Absolutely. And first off, huge congratulations to Baltimore. I've been a part of the SFL for 2 years now. I've just finished my 4th season. All I know is Baltimore winning championships. I have not seen anyone win a championship other than Baltimore in my time here. It just shows that they are just the best team in the league. And they went into Arizona with one thing on their mind. They came in with 5 stars on their pants, and they're leaving with 5 championship trophies in their time in just the last 6 seasons. Truly remarkable game. The first half, truly incredible. And then that, just like Mike said, that Elijah Warfield interception return for a touchdown. I know Jack Wigmore was the player of the game, but that had to have been the play of the game, as Arizona had the momentum, but they absolutely lost all momentum there from that point on.
20 seasons, a decade in the books, gentlemen. Paul, we'll go back to you real quick. 20 seasons, more to come from the SFL.
Absolutely, plenty more to come, and I can't wait to be a part of this new era with everyone and help my team go forward as well. But as far as season 20 and 20 seasons, it's just truly incredible that this league is a thing, and we are all here to help make it what it is. And it's just, it leaves me speechless that I'm a part of this. And like you said, Tyler, I can't wait to be a part of the league and help it grow for many, many, many seasons and years to come.
Mike St. Green, your final thoughts on 20 seasons and maybe 20 more plus for the SFL.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to the 20 plus from this point forward. But man, this has been a 7 seasons for me, as I mentioned earlier, and it's been great the entire 7 seasons that I've been a part of this league. And no better way than to really put the icing on the cake of 20 seasons and season 20 itself than to see the Baltimore Vultures really culminate their legacy of being really the best team that this league has seen. It was the Alaska / Florida Storm there for a big period of time. They had the 3 championships, 3 in a row. They were the dominant team, but now Baltimore, they've clearly taken that mantle from them and just taking it to another level. And I'm really anxious to see what type of team they'll be moving forward into the new era of the SFL starting in season 21.
And thank you, Mike St. Green and Paul Sorp, for joining me in studio. A special thanks to Mark Lopez, Zach Holdorf, and Ron Haynes, the statisticians for tonight's game. Thank you to Cameron Curtis, the analyst for the ball game. And of course, thank you to our SFL commissioner, Cameron Irvine. I'm play-by-play and producer this evening. And also one last thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight, wherever you might have been in this big, vast, wide world of ours. This has been the Zolnir 20th SFL Championship game. For more information on the league, visit the official website at simulationfl.net. The APF era is over. We will see you for the new era of the SFL when season 21 kicks off in Cincinnati, Ohio at the SFL convention. Until then, folks, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.